otherwise the show's gonna be over for the night.
Like what?
I don't know, but you could just the best example. Okay, I remember where I was driving at the time. Oh, we're trying to convince Brendo that there was a movie that was a good movie, but it really wasn't. And he said, "Oh, Last Airbender fight." I'm like, "Oh no, the show's ending." And finally, Phil realized, "Oh, there's no way I'm do this on live on the radio." So,
did you ever hear the episode of Popsicles where Brendan actually
No, I gotta listen to that.
I turned off the Hangout.
But when he edited it together, he and then it turns off, and he put hold mute or
it was
station.
It was the
music.
girl from Ipanema. Ding, 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 ding.
Derek's like, hello.
Oh my gosh!
And then it eventually comes back on, and he
Now my WrestleMania program's getting bent.
it is in the mess around pile for sure.
Crap. Can you put this over there?
So not to mess around with.
I don't know.
Put my book away.
Can you stick this under at the bottom?
This is under my mess around with stuff.
Yeah, because that's like my papers.
Don't mess with my stuff.
I put my certificate up there.
Is that for me to mess around with now?
Sure.
Mess around with stuff.
We're on YouTube, by the way.
Dude, it's good. No one can see it though.
I know. I don't know what's going on with that webcam, so
it's gonna be. They can see Axe Cop, right?
Yeah.
Tonight's on a very special episode of Radio BrendoMan.
Where we got attacked by Axe Cop as we were taking a picture.
Yeah.
We were innocently taking pictures at Comic-Con, and Axe Cop showed up.
You got no beard. So you said you might shave your head.
What?
I'm thinking about it.
Your beard if you shave your head?
Yeah.
Shaved head, you're gonna go
I want to be like a tough guy.
You better wear sunscreen.
Yeah.
Like for serious.
Well, not
Or
like shave.
No, it does
Not
not matter.
it.
Even just doing a buzz cut.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Because the hairs aren't leaning over, they're sticking up.
But then the sunscreen gets in your hair.
These are the things you have to think about, redhead.
I don't like that.
It's not fair, but it is reality. I've seen you get sunburned before. It's not pretty.
All right, I have to wear a hat.
What if you got a permanent sunburn around your scalp? If you
Can you imagine Brendo wearing hats though?
I can't wear hats.
It's like me wearing hats.
I want to see you in a baseball hat. Actually, you're right.
Do you want to see?
Sometimes.
Here, I'll show you how freaking stupid I look in a freaking hat. I will show you. I was looking at these pictures just the other day. Oh, they found Benson's car. Stereo and my Dixie cup full of change. Good job. Benson found his car.
Aww.
Thanks to everyone
detectives.
through this harrowing 12 hours.
Oh, yeah. I was looking. I got to show you the picture.
Not just checking updates.
No, there's a picture of me.
Did you read Benson's updates, by the way, Matt?
About the car?
No, he had a whole real time.
The marathon, the Avengers marathon.
No, I mean, I heard about it.
Oh, you should read it. It's really funny.
It's really funny.
The whole thing about the concentrated fart zone out in the hallway.
He said there was an area where you could tell everybody was farting.
It's like, this is far enough.
Yeah, this is far enough.
It was anonymous.
But he's like, it would have been better if everybody just farted in their seats.
But even on his because he updated after each movie, he had a running tally of how many sodas he's had, and then he said even after the first one, it's already starting to smell in here. And that was
I don't know. Oh,
it was 28 hours.
Yeah,
in a room with a bunch of people.
It's almost like when
this is what I look like with a baseball cap on. I look really old and weird. Look at I look like a different. Who is this dude?
I wouldn't.
You do look very different.
Who? Who is that?
I still feel like you look better in a baseball hat than I do, though.
I look pretty stupid.
You've seen the picture. You were there.
I look stupid.
I still think you.
Look at that.
I think it's better.
I look dumb, and then no cap. I look so much better.
Take my cap away.
See, there, baseball hat. I got a cap on. All right. All right, that's enough. Is that good enough for YouTube?
That's good. That was good.
Look at me, it's stupid. Well, they can't see, but
it was Brendan showing stupid, but you can't see it, and then me singing "Take My Breath Away" in the background.
But my hair is bothering me.
Like Pedro.
I don't know, man.
You're getting hot. Let's shave it off.
No, it's just a pain. And like I hate having to keep, I don't know, like my sideburns get all bushy, and then I'm like,
you could be like
I
Breaking
just bought a
Bad.
beard trimmer today.
Yeah.
I need a new
Yeah.
one. Mine, like, at first I thought I just needed to clean it out, and I cleaned it out, but like the bottom part like works fine. Like if I take the like, because it has like attachments, right? So then it's just the core is just this like rotating little thing that works fine. As soon as I put the attachment on, it just stops. Like it's so like it's just
kind
like
of important.
Yeah, and like. And I do the small one works, but I don't have the guard for the small one anymore.
Right.
So like I'm like this is almost useless. And
they're pretty cheap.
yeah, well I found one on I found
$8.
one on Amazon that's got really good reviews, and it's like $20.
It's worth paying a little more. I mean, like at least I don't know how your $8 one.
I'll show you the
it's
one.
Amazing.
Wait,
Yeah, but
the
how
beard trimmer or,
long?
Like a whole like.
Well, it's the beard trimmer, it's the nose hair trimmer, which I tried. I was really scared about cutting my nose.
I've done
I
it.
got like the whole hair cutting thing. And that,
Yeah, but you
No,
got
no,
the
no.
hair
I
cutting
got a
thing.
beard trimmer
Okay.
specific.
Okay, I'll show you the one that I'm looking at.
I'm just saying with the like, because I got a cheap hair trimmer thing.
Oh,
well, those.
and that's just,
No, that's a
That's
hair
how I end
trimmer.
up bald all the time.
But like this thing, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's out of. Oh no. Customers have told us there may be something wrong with our inventory or the way it's described here. Uh-oh.
Things that have rotating blades.
This was like $25 and it has 4.5 stars, and it's the #1 bestseller.
Well, so what's going on with it?
I don't know.
It's a
Now
bad
I'm
review.
concerned.
One of the bad
with their
reviews.
inventory.
Well, no, I think it's just something with the inventory.
Yeah, but
Not
you know
necessarily
someone's
the
still
item.
writing about it though.
Oh no, it's almost all good.
There's 77 ones.
Stopped working within 2 months of using. If you value your flesh, do not purchase these. Oh my gosh, I gotta read this.
Read that.
Read it.
For the love of God, if you value your skin, do not purchase these clippers. I wanted a new pair of clippers and like the looks of these. Big mistakes. They are very sharp, which is a good thing, but only do they take care. They took a chunk of flesh also. Now when I walk by these clippers, I cringe in fear.
Well,
Why is he
I'm telling
walking
you,
by
the
them?
first time I stuck a nose hair trimmer up my nose,
I was
out of
scared, but
curiosity,
then might be good for beards. Well, it's a beard trimmer, so no kidding. Battery does not hold a charge.
that's what I would think most.
Doesn't
about
work.
Do not buy.
See, I bought a battery powered one, but
He was
takes double
disappointed.
A.
It's more for show. It does not do the job.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a clean look. But it was $30. Does not give a close shave.
Well, it's not a shaver.
My conclusion after one-time use is a terrible working trimmer that has a good design. It's
Looks
not a
good for
precision
display.
trimmer. It pulls hairs and can't precision trim.
Ugh.
Well, the
That's
way,
what my cheap trimmer did.
The way I
just
oh,
yank
that's
at your
worse.
hair.
the way I've done beards up until this point is I'll grow it out until it's too long, and then I'll just shave.
See, I don't.
Shave it off all the way.
Yeah, because I've never had a beard trimmer before.
Yeah, but if you want to have a beard, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, I bought a beard trimmer.
Did you shave before your graduation today?
Yeah.
What beard
It's like
trimmer,
Homer.
though?
I'm like, what?
You're like Homer Simpson.
Well, like, okay.
I mean, I'm with you. It just looks like you haven't shaved those
No.
areas in a couple
I
days.
was flat shaved. Oh, dude, I bought a safety razor. It was the best thing.
I'm not
for my
doing.
face.
I'm too scared to do that.
No, not a straight.
Yeah, I know. The safety razor, but you put the blades in. That still scares the crap out of me.
That-
Anything involving
Best
blades?
thing for my face.
No freaking
What if
way.
you put it in wrong? Then
No
you're like,
freaking way.
No way to put it in.
I am terrified of the. Maybe I've just seen too many.
No.
Just the idea of just like scraping your face with a razor blade.
what if
No.
you did? What if you
Is-
took a slice?
You can't. There's no way.
How? Is it safe?
What it does.
So
is
you
it
got one of these
put the
things
blade
and you
in
put
it
the.
actually bends the blade down.
Ugh, it's too
What if you
scary.
did-
It's too scary, man.
So, but all I know is I used to get razor burn every time I shaved, no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't had any problems.
Why do you think that's better? Like, what do you think it's?
I don't know. All I know is I was like desperate. I read all kinds of stuff online. I even tried like doing the what do you say, depilatory creams and stuff.
I think it's depilatory. I
Depilatory.
don't know, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this is the only thing that has worked on my face.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know, man. Well, anyways, you made me like I'm like, I don't know, I want my hair gone. See, like this thing, $20. I don't know though.
I just wouldn't.
What did you get that was like $8?
I
Like
went
one of
to-
these things? It's like
No, I
this
went to
wall.
bargain store?
What brand is it?
No, it's
Is it
What are
Wall?
the clothing stores? Kohl's, and then there's another one.
Ross.
I went to Ross. I got it at Ross.
Well, like this
And-
thing. This is $10, but that's
It
just
was-
ear and facial hair.
I'm trying to remember. It was.
Does
one
it
of the
have
big brand
attachments?
clippers. It's got one adjustable attachment.
Yeah.
That goes like up. I don't know how long, but
Is it like this thing, Conair?
no, it's like the
Norelco?
company that
Wall?
Wall. It's Wall brand. And here's the thing: I've gotten like rechargeable battery ones before, and that's the worst idea ever. This one was a battery operated one, and it took AA batteries. So
See, mine is charging. I don't want anything that's.
no, you don't
Is
want
it this
that's
one
charged.
cordless battery operated?
I
$10.
They have a ton of different. That one looks a lot like it, but
Do you remember the whole thing with Grandma getting me like my electric razor? Did she like pressure you to use an electric razor?
yeah, I got one too.
And I couldn't use it. I got horrible razor burn.
Yeah, I had one. I had like the traditional like 3, and it like destroyed
Yeah.
my face.
Yeah, I was
Like
Oh,
because
yeah.
I remember I started
Bottom
using.
right is a shaving template. What is this thing?
What the hell
the
is
goatee saver shaving template.
Oh my gosh!
Are you
You like put it on your face.
Are you such a moron that you can't figure out how to shave a goatee around? This is for you.
Whoa!
This looks like some out of Silence of the Lambs. They would put on a.
So you like adjust it? You can adjust it.
Oh my gosh! Can you like make it? What if it has like different designs? Like you could do the Hunger Games
Well, look at-
style ones.
Oh, you can
Are there
also get
reviews on
the
it?
you can get the neck one too.
Ooh, Phil could use
That's
that.
actually not a bad idea. But wait, I do want to see
Reviews.
reviews. What do people say about it?
A really good one and a really bad one.
Whoa! This guy's saying, "Will this work on my pelvic area?" Oh!
God.
Why does he
No,
wear
the
the
best
me-
answer is I have used this several times to get perfect goatees all over my body. I have 2 chest goatees, 3 of which I will not mention over the internet due to personal reasons.
I've always wanted to look like Bane, although I did.
I did the big boys.
Picture of Bane. Fashionable.
Even without a goatee.
I've taken to wearing it around the house. The fit feels natural and it discourages between meal snacking. It could easily replace an actual goatee for those who find they can't find teeth.
Oh, that's the best thing.
Oh, look at all the customer images though. On the right.
I've used one of these. It works. It has a wide variety. Hey, it doesn't shave you. It's a freaking template. Who wrote this guy wrote a 3-paragraph review about a goatee shaper.
That's
wait,
the
no,
guy
there's
who
more.
made His wife.
Yeah, seriously.
Look at this. Look at this. He's like talking about everything.
So if you ever feel like you have a really great invention idea, this is how you get
Now
those
my
made.
goatee is perfect.
There's 343 reviews.
How you know 9/10 of those are just joke ones?
Well,
Like
this is
that
the Bane
chicken
one. I mean,
somewhere
come
around the
on. I always
house.
wanted to look like Bane.
I don't sound like him when I talk. It's good for goatees all
Okay,
over your body.
Here's one more thing on beard talk. I guess this is like pre-show
Beard
beard talk. Any thoughts? Have you guys ever experimented with beard oils?
Oh gosh,
I've been hearing a lot about beard oils.
They've got beard wax or mustache wax.
Ugh. My face is oily enough.
But like
as it
people
is.
are talking about like these natural oils. I don't know.
That's
Will
pretty natural
Wheaton
oils if you
Yeah,
want
is-
that
borrow
sounds
some,
like
I mean.
that sounds like Acne Town. to
What do
me.
you,
Yeah.
What do they use it for?
I don't know. Here, because Will Wheaton was talking. Because Will Wheaton is like super beardo now. I don't know if
Really?
you've, yeah.
Beard too
Um,
hard?
Well, I
Like
think it's like to soften it up. I don't have it, but I just don't understand.
Maybe if you apply it right before
like-
shaving or something.
No, like
No, they
after, like
wear it
every
like-
day.
I've seen this.
No, you know people used to put oil in their hair too. These are just bad ideas.
Like there's this one. What the heck is beard? Okay, here we go. So I've been hearing about this, but anyways, yeah, beard oil moisturizes facial hair and the skin beneath.
I just ate a quesadilla, and I'm pretty sure I have some beard
But like,
oil.
people have had beards forever, and like beard oil, like what people.
What kind of oil? Is
I don't know. It feels like BS. Beard oil is hydrating to the skin. It keeps.
I mean, I
flaky.
guess I can see that because there are times when you get like that beard dandruff.
But again, it's like essential oils and like cedarwood and sandalwood.
Beard druff.
That sounds like.
Well, that to me sounds like hipster.
Sounds like BS. Like Blackbeard beard
this is
oil.
So hipster-y, yeah.
Beardology cedarwood sage beard oil.
Adding ology to something makes it cool.
Bearded Chap original beard oil. This sounds like
Tree Ranger.
This sounds like bogus.
That is bogus. I'm telling you, I would just break out in zits.
Well, I can understand it if it's like for cutting super thick beards, you apply it.
No, this is for like on a daily
Yeah,
basis
just every
just
day
to
you
keep
put
it.
oil in
It sounds like have you ever heard of like the oil pulling people do with coconut oil?
Yeah, I don't know what
They
that
like
is.
hold it in their mouth for an hour and swish it around and
What?
spit it out. And supposedly pulls
Here, I'll
toxins from
show
your
you the
body.
one that
Oh
he
my gosh, that's like the foot sticker thing.
because he talked about it on Tumblr. Oh yeah, modern beard. So I'm like, so he talks about using beard
Where's
oil.
his referral code?
He doesn't have one.
Whoa.
So then they go. So I went on here, and this just seems hipster as hell, right? Like, so like it's $23.
Hey, do you guys want to start a beard oil company?
Seriously,
Like-
just squeeze some grease out of our quesadillas and put it in the bottle.
Beard butters,
Oh, gross. This is grossing me out. I have a
great
beard.
for the short, stubbly beard. Beard oil is your best bet to keeping healthy, but it's just because they say so.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's just like put this crap in your beard. Like,
We
I
should
think you
start
should
one.
get it and try it. And then
well, they have a
give us
$2 one.
do a solid review on it.
And you just write like 5 paragraphs about it. We should start one called Beard Crap and just get oil out of like quesadillas. And
A
stuff.
nice beard. We think beard oil can help grow a nice beard.
No,
It intensifies the healthiness and beauty.
No.
By applying something to your external body, you are never going to cause your hair to grow better.
That's funny. Okay, see,
It's made with all natural oils and essential oils.
Oh, it's essential.
It could be
You have
used
to
as a
have it.
daily skin product. You end up with a soft, shiny, great smelling masterpiece of manliness upon your face. See, but then they go for like the Axe body spray thing.
Yeah,
Like women from around the world will look at you as the ideal specimen. This all sounds like snake oil to me. Like this sounds like bullshit.
Snake oil. What if we started one called Snake Oil Beard Oil?
Oh, dude. Yes. So what else do
Snake
they have?
brand beard
Oh, they have
oil.
stickers.
Snake brand beard oil.
Beard butter. Ew.
Ah, this is grossing me out. I don't know why, but this is just nasty.
Beard butter facts.
I can tell you this right now in reference to women from around the world. If I put oil in my beard and I smelled like musk or something,
It's made from the
Janelle
finest
kicked me out and
agreements.
I'd sleep on a couch.
It is a base of jojoba oil,
Oh yeah, that's
which is an oil that closely resembles the natural oils in your skin. So if it's a natural skin, why do you need to put more of it? I don't
Right.
understand.
Not to mention that's what like gives you acne, right?
Mixed with
Jojoba
sweet.
oil is really popular in the essential oil world. That's
Well,
like the best
it's always
one
in
for
shampoo.
diluting.
Mixed with
I would
sweet
see that with
almond
shampoo.
oil and organic argan oil.
Argan oil.
Argan. This base creates a quickly evaporating oil recipe that feels silky to the touch. I don't understand.
I think it's snake oil.
Reminds me of oil pulling.
Ew, I don't want to watch it. I've heard that phrase. I just had no idea that's what that meant.
Specifically coconut oil.
What if the guy that founded it had no beard? What if he was
Well,
just
here's the thing. I really like coconut oil.
like, for what, cooking?
It
Isn't that
is
Tex-Mex?
the oil that they use in popcorn at the movie theater.
What?
Part of the flavor is coconut oil.
Huh.
Like the last time I bought it and I cooked with it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is movie theater popcorn.
Okay, so he just dabs it and then he puts it. Okay, I'll just fast forward. So he puts it in his hand and then he like scrubs it through his beard. I don't know. I just don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Well, don't buy it.
I feel like the best.
You should buy it.
The only thing,
daily review.
But the only thing I feel like you can really do to keep a good beard is to just keep it trimmed, because that when it gets all scraggly, but like watch, he like runs it through.
So gross.
And then he is like, yeah.
There's only wrong ways to apply beard oil.
But like, why does your beard, if it's based off your natural oils, then you already have natural?
Right.
Like, I don't understand.
I can't get rid of natural oils.
I question it. Now we're watching beard videos on YouTube.
You know, I should have brought over my Richard Karn's guide to beard trimming video, which I have.
Ooh,
so do you think I should shave my head?
You should try it. It's gonna grow back.
What if it doesn't?
Then you go bald.
I don't want to. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't not grow back
from shaving.
What if it's like, oh, that's it, you're done?
I don't think that your hair follicles don't have logic.
Try not to shave the roots of your hair that are implanted into your scalp.
What?
Your hair's dead. It's gonna grow back. It's not like cutting dead.
No, it's like, oh, it's fine. You don't want to have us here. Screw you. We're not gonna grow back anymore. It doesn't make any sense.
My brother's hair stopped growing.
Yeah, but it's not because he cut it though.
What if it was?
It doesn't even make sense. What if it was?
It's like saying maybe if I clip my fingernails.
Yeah, don't cut your fingernails. It might not grow back.
All right.
Oh, there was a part in that Wild movie where she pulled her toenail off and it was disgusting.
Oh my god, I would, because that's like my biggest fear now after I had my whole foot injury.
Because she had like walked in two small
like
boots for
when I watched Black Swan. Like, did you see Black Swan? There's some stuff with like her toes and stuff because like ballet dancers.
Oh yeah.
Like I almost threw up. Like I had a violent visceral because all I could think of was my feet getting smashed and how because the main reason why I freaked out so much during that whole foot thing was there was a guy that came to Smodcastle that had to have his big toe removed. And so I was convinced, I'm like, they're going to have to cut off one of my toes. It's going to be horrible.
Even as a nurse, I like for fun go on and watch toenail removal.
Oh.
That's good technique. I like how they did the nerve.
And then I also have a traumatic experience from when I was a kid. My dad, we were at the beach and my dad was surfing and something happened where I forgot. I think he either had an existing hangnail or something on his big toe, and then like he just was like putting on like a fin or something, and it just ripped the whole thing off. Like right in front of us, and I was like screaming.
How bad did
and
you scream?
He was. I could tell he was in like the most pain he'd ever been in his life, but like he like drove us home, and then he had to go to my mom because my mom worked for like a podiatrist or something, and he went in and my mom's like, yeah, he said it was horrible. Like
that's how they torture people, is yanking out toenails. Like,
but I think it was on its way off because of something else that had happened when he was diving, and then like it like ripped.
See, I feel like I could play a game where it's like,
you're a nurse. You could get us both. You could get us both to throw up.
Right now,
I'm sure you could.
Be a fun game.
That's where I was thinking, like, because I was just thinking about like the nurse. I'm like, I don't think I can make it like at 5 minutes.
So
the moment I see somebody's like, I don't know, just I feel like I don't know what would gross me out more, like weird.
You want to hear about the worst? I mean,
just
enema I've ever given.
Weird butt stuff, just like butt and junk stuff.
I didn't even say anything.
Like just weird junk stuff. Like
okay.
just.
I'm serious. I'm like getting
lightheaded.
Stop.
It's like a bottle. It's got a nipple on it.
Stop.
There was this lady in the ER.
Why are you talking?
In like 15 days.
Oh, stop. La, 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 la. I'm going to puke all over the floor.
Did it like spray out?
No. Well, no. But it was like the size of a grapefruit. And when it came out, like there was the nozzle imprint in the poop.
So you see the you like pump it all in there and then you just let it like how does that work?
You pump it in. This one like looks like a bottle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're still talking about that.
And then they hold it for as long as they can, and then they push it out. Sometimes you kind of have to help it out.
Oh my
gosh. It's like a hooked finger.
I'm gonna puke. That is the sickest thing. You need to stop talking right now. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I just heard you say hooked finger.
8 pounds.
Nuh-uh. You wait. Oh my God. Phil's throwing up right now, you guys. Are you puking in my sink? Wait, there's a bug. Holy crap. What the heck is that thing? Oh, dude. Josh.
I'll stop.
What the heck is that? What the hell is that?
Grasshopper.
What's it doing in my house?
Cricket.
Grab it.
I won't tell another story at all tonight.
Somebody grab it. It's a cricket. It's fine. It's gonna cricket in my house. It's gonna wake me up.
Uh,
Now it's gone. Cricket. How did you get in here? It's a bug. There's all kinds of bugs in my house. It's freaking me out, man.
It's just a cricket.
But what if that thing like crawls across my face?
It won't. They're not face crawlers. It's not a face hugger.
How do you know?
Because I've had crickets in my house before.
I've eaten crickets before.
oh my god.
I've eaten crickets before. Did you throw up?
It's mostly mucus.
Did you wash out the sink?
Yes.
Did you throw up on my dishes?
No, on the empty side. There's just a couple spoons in there.
There's some spoons in
It
there.
wasn't like vomit. It was
Those
like
are clean
puke.
spoons.
Well, not anymore. You're going to want to rewatch those.
God.
It's just a little mucus.
Yeah, I don't think it was actual
Oh.
bile. I don't know.
Okay, Matthew, you're not allowed to talk anymore.
No more nurse stories.
Oh. I want a word count. How many words?
No more nurse. I just can't think of it. Ah, la 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 la.
Why does it? You talk about poop all the time.
No, but not in the way that he does.
But now I have like 1 word triggers I can do.
No.
8 pounds.
8 pounds.
Finger.
Wait, did you weigh it?
You want me to tell you?
Did you weigh her?
Well,
Did you take
yes,
it out?
but you have to weigh it afterwards.
You weigh the poo?
Stop.
Why?
Yes.
For what purpose?
So they can tell sick stories to their friends afterwards.
Do you
Might
put
be
it on
part
a?
of it.
Do you have a poop scale? Do you pick it up?
You shouldn't ask
Okay.
questions.
Stop.
We have to talk when Phil's not around. 'Cause I wanna know, like,
It's
how you-
different. That's different. There's a difference between talking about poo and talking about removing it by the pound and hooking your finger into it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna...
You're doing it yourself.
Oh my gosh.
This episode can be called Phil Just Puked.
Yes, it is.
Grapefruits don't flush well.
Oh my gosh. Will you stop talking right now? Now I don't feel bad about you.
You said the DreamHost told you they credited my account?
Yeah, I can send you the email.
Okay, because it's still not on there. I'll have to go. I'm going to have to deal with them. Okay.
You should forward the email.
I will.
If you can.
Yeah. All right. Let's get this. Phil, you heard that. That's on record now. You
Well,
Pre-show ever.
that is kind of the greatest thing that's ever happened on a
I can't
pre-show.
believe you're not allowed to tell those stories.
That was really fun.
Disgusting.
Oh, I love it. All right, let's check the mics here, and then let's get this.
I'm gonna be like gagging through the whole show now. It's not like that gag reflex at the back of my.
Do you need some water? Do
No,
you want to eat something?
no, it's fine.
Do you want to eat? I have pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts.
No, I don't. Oh gosh, how old are those?
They're really good. I got them at the 99-cent store.
Oh no. I can't eat anything. No, it doesn't make it worse.
How about some?
Think about eating
how about a diaper with some pudding in it?
No,
How about some caramel, some butterscotch
that
pudding?
Doesn't bother me. It's
and a dirty
it's
diaper.
A medical thing. Once it crosses into the world of medical,
not necessarily. I can just say grapefruit now.
What are you you're a mind control?
How did it come out of her if it was a grapefruit?
No,
Let me
don't
just
answer.
read to you their response, by the way. Done. The referral credit has been applied to their account. If you have any additional questions, please let us know.
All right, I'll go check it out.
So I'll forward this.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Check 1, 2, testing. Hello, Phil. Are you okay now?
I'm recovering.
Phil threw up, you guys. Matthew made Phil throw up.
It was mostly mucus.
All right, check your mic again.
All right,
you gotta come on.
Well, I was letting Matthew. You gotta come up here.
Okay.
Come right here. All right, well, you gotta
Check. Hello.
Now we got like a 30-second check.
Check 1, 2, testing.
Just
Hello, Phil. Are you okay now?
I'm recovering. I'm closer now.
Phil threw up, you guys. If we talk about it, are you gonna get sick again? We have to talk about this on the show. We have to. We won't say the story.
Don't say the story.
Don't, Matthew. Don't.
No more stories. I don't want Phil to full on lose it.
All right, I think we're ready.
If we'd eaten more recently, I would have just lost it. It's only because I haven't eaten since that burger.
That would have been a pretty great story. I would have lost it, but the fact one time Phil threw up on me because Matthew made him throw up because he told a story about it. That would have been the best thing that could ever happen.
A great stage trick for live radio, BrendoMan.
No, you could just do that the whole audience.
The whole audience, I could just get them all the barf over.
Just have a big old
start a
sheet,
barfarama.
How many stories do you have to tell before a barfarama happens?
It's words.
Yes, disgusting words.
Oh, dude. Now I'm thinking about a real life barfarama.
Oh my gosh.
On a scale of 1 to 10, that's a 3 compared to the story.
Oh, I'm sure.
Don't even. I can't
Because even just
thinking about it.
I remember Brian, because Brian, who was on the show, worked at an old folks home when he was going to school, and he told some pretty horrific stories.
No.
He got diarrhea on.
I'm not gonna be able to record if you guys don't stop it. Stop it. Just start recording and stop it.
Now I'm thinking about Brian's stories, and they're so horrible. Stuff about old man balls and
gosh.
just really gross. All right. How we're adults.
It's 1:07. We haven't started yet.
I'm
you guys
sorry.
made me throw up.
Good night.
All right. Let's go. For reals now.
All right.
I think. Let me make sure I got all this. Is this positioned? Nobody's going in the chat. I don't.
Because we're not starting till 1. Everyone's probably what the heck?
What the heck are they doing? All right. Oh, I forgot to ask if you guys are ready.
Oh, you know what? We should turn off the air conditioner.
Oh yeah,
It's not that
definitely.
hot anymore.
Definitely.
It is.
Good call.
Well, there is a remote control, but you can also do that.
Okay, Phil's got to walk it out.
You asking me how to turn off an air conditioner? Is it the power button? Did you just say is it the?
You can shut your sticking trap. Just such a sticking trap.
This is gonna be good. I'm excited, you guys. Are we all good?
Yes.
Matthew?
I'm good.
If you make Phil throw up, I'm gonna be really mad.
I promise.
You
I won't
promise?
say anything else.
Okay. But we do have to talk about it.
Yes.
I will let
Just
you talk about it.
in a way that doesn't make him throw up
Don't
again.
say what he said.
Okay. We should have a bonus episode where it's just me and Matthew, and then he can tell the story.
Yeah.
And then we'll see if we can make people throw up via podcast.
Definitely.
Ooh, that's
can.
good.
You have to put like tons of warnings on it though.
We get in trouble. Like, what if we get sued for making people throw up? What if somebody's in the car?
That'd be great. That's good.
Like when we almost made Josh road rage. What if we made him throw up?
That's good publicity. Podcast sued for making people barf. Everyone's gonna want to listen to it.
Sure. Is that a new tag we
That's the new
create?
thing, yeah.
There's a new tag on iTunes because
I think the gagging sound might work on the same like frequency as yawns, though.
Where other
Because
people
hearing
gag.
you gag made me want to gag, and I wasn't even rushed out by myself.
I think that's the thing that makes people sick. I
Yeah.
don't think it's even.
It's,
I think that's the hearing.
because at first you were kind of making me do like the cough thing, and then I just
Because I remember one time, I'm pretty sure I did throw up because I heard Grace throw up.
Yeah.
And Grace had like the most audible like barf sound. Like it was a very distinct. And I'm like, and then just the idea. Now I'm making.
Let's start this show.
All right. This is amazing. All right, shut up. Everybody shut up. I can't keep it together, you guys. I can't keep it together. I love that you tell your kids keep it together. They actually know what that means. Because like most kids would be like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, I'm keeping it together, Dad. I'm keeping it together. That's my favorite. All right. Hello and welcome to another episode of Radio BrendoMan. I'm Brendan Creasy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
And Matthew's here,
Hey guys,
the recent college graduate.
Woo,
just today.
And this episode is called Phil Just Puked. Because
Yes.
Matthew, we were asking Matthew some nursing stories.
No, I wasn't asking him any nursing story. I didn't want to know.
I
anything.
was asking some nursing stories. And Matthew said some things about things, and Phil threw up in my sink.
So if you want to hear that,
Go on the pre-show. You could hear it
You
on
can
the
hear it on
pre-show.
YouTube.
You could hear the story, and you can hear Phil throw up.
you've been warned.
I'm telling you right now, it's pretty gnarly.
And the best is Brendan's like, did you throw up on my dishes? I'm like, well, no, I went in the empty sink with just a couple spoons. He's like, those are clean spoons. And I'm like, not anymore.
You threw up on my spoons, man.
Well, you asked him to tell you about stuff.
It might have been just my fault. I don't know.
Matthew did it.
It wasn't that bad.
It was that bad. It was horrible. If you want to know, listen to
I
the
feel like
pre-show.
we need people to listen and then chime in on whether I want to know if anybody else gets sick listening to this.
Yeah, but anyone who knows
but-
who would get sick is not going to go back and listen to it.
It's a good.
Well,
Well,
pretend
how
you
would
didn't
they,
hear this and just go listen. To
No, because if I heard that, there's no way I'd go back to listen to the story because I know I would get sick. So if there's
but
other
how
people
would
like
they
me,
know?
then
They
won't.
don't know the story.
Well, but if they know they are prone to barfing, then you know.
What if they don't know and then they've listened and then they know?
You
Then
get
they should tell us.
gaggy by hearing the words like hair on a toothbrush, though. So
Yes, it's true.
you're kind of weak
But
constitution.
right now, I'm like very vulnerable too.
Oh my
so-
gosh! One time, was it Janelle's birthday at Macaroni Grill?
Oh gosh.
And the
Ugh.
most I've ever seen Phil freak out was there was a hair in your macaroni.
It's a
and
big long one.
I thought you were gonna puke it. I thought you were gonna throw up on everybody.
No, it was in Janelle's.
Yeah.
Because remember, she sent it back, and they said, "Oh, how do we know this isn't your hair?"
Oh yeah. And the whole time Phil is sitting there about to lose his mom.
Oh,
Like I'm just
gosh.
like he's gonna do it. He's gonna
It's just a
puke right
big,
here.
long old- oh.
Yeah, they did. They tried to blame her.
Yeah.
That's not how you handle
No,
that
and it wasn't like she
situation.
was rude about it. She's like, "Oh, like excuse me."
And meanwhile, you're doing the
Oh.
and I'm like, how can that not be like, look at this man. This man is about to like lose in your mind. But
Okay. But I come by it rightly because I went and did this movie marathon with my mom. So
Yeah.
before we went to the first movie, we went and got breakfast at. Did Mom tell you the story?
No.
We went and got breakfast at Carl's Jr. real quick because it
uh-oh.
was like right around the corner.
Are you never going to Carl's Jr. again?
No. But She takes a bite, like she eats, like she got a breakfast burrito. No,
Yeah.
I got the breakfast. She got like a breakfast sandwich. She's like 3/4 of the way through, and she thinks she has a hair in the food, and she starts gagging it up. She gags up her whole mouth.
Oh, bro!
And then she starts like fingering through it to try to find the hair in it.
What are you doing?
Like, oh, mom, stop! And she's like digging through it. She's like, and it turned out like she could never find hair. She's like, either I swallowed it or it was cheese. It's like melted string cheese, like stringy cheese. I'm like, that's just cheese in your food. But she's like, I'm sorry, I have to see if there's hair.
Yeah, I have seen your mom freak out about a hair
because she was gonna like take it back.
I think she was. No, that's what made me laugh so much about this situation because I think your mom was there too, and you both were freaking out. So watching two Vecchios freak out over a hair on somebody else's food was I was dying. Like
I sit and think enough about it, I could make myself gag right now just thinking about a hair in a food.
That would be. See, I feel like that would be useful if I'm like a kid. Like, did you ever like just think about that and make yourself like sick and then like not go to school?
No. But I also just got to stay home a lot from school anyway. My mom, like, I don't know, I'd be like, I don't feel like going. I'm sick of school. My mom's like, oh, sick of school. I guess you get to stay home.
That was not my.
I want your mom, man.
Oh, I had the worst attendance.
I had to have like physical vomit or something because I don't know. My mom, it was like pretty hardcore. Like
I remember being homesick and throwing up, and mom coming in and going, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Here's the cleaner and here's a towel."
What?
Yeah.
That she was training you to be a nurse at that point. And I'm like, oh, kid, look at it. It's barf. It's probably because David and I barfed so much before you that they were like sick of it by the time you came along.
And on each other.
Yeah. Oh, the worst. I'm sure I've told it, but
yeah, waking
up in that tent, in the Transformers tent, like the bed tent that goes on top of your bed, and I felt like something spongy in my finger, and I'm like, what's this? I was like, I didn't throw up. What's this? Mom, Dad! It was horrible. And he like went back to sleep. He barfed all over me and went back to sleep. That's the best part. And I wake up to something warm and sticky all over me.
Apparently, I sleep barfed once because my mom. It's totally a thing because my mom came. I came home from school and my mom's like, Brendan, are you feeling okay? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, well, because we had a cleaning woman that came like once every couple weeks,
right?
At the time, and she's like, Lola found a bunch of vomit on the wall because like so my bed was against the wall, right. And she's like, yeah, she found a bunch of vomit like on the wall, and I guess I had just leaned over, and then I didn't even know. And then it turned out that like our whole family had food poisoning.
Oh gosh.
From something, and I that was my one, because then that night my dad got like violently ill and my brother got sick. But I had that one incident and like wasn't even aware of it.
I'm so glad people grow out of that though, because our kids used to do that all the time, and now they're both seem to have been. It's been a while since we've had a sleep barf.
Yeah.
But Janelle can catch a barf like it's like the fire swamp in Princess Bride. Like she hears that of the kids, and she's like, barf! And she's like clearing the room, running the other side. It's amazing.
Well, you told me like one time, like, was it Audrey or somebody like threw up in the living room and it was just like all over because like he kept, or was it Luke just kept turning around?
He didn't know what to do, so he just kind of kept spinning around. I'm like, stop!
Because I remember I saw the aftermath and it was like a circle, and I'm like, how did this even happen? And you're like, he was spinning around. I'm like, what, like a demon?
Yep. There was that scene in like Daddy Daycare. It was in the trailer.
Can we just? I love that. Like, I'm pretty sure like we lost half of our listeners because Jerry said she couldn't even listen to me talk about throwing up and like.
Sorry. Well, it's all Matthew's fault because he's a nurse.
You're officially a nurse.
Oh yeah, today was my graduation.
Yeah,
Brendo and Phil and everyone was there.
Your 4-hour graduation.
It wasn't my fault.
No.
I told you to bring your DSs.
Oh, we
did. But mine died like an hour, like 2 hours in. Luke's made it through the whole thing, thankfully.
Yeah.
Because those kids, if those kids, then they would have lost, because they had so much pent up energy afterwards. Like,
yeah, they were just
bouncing. Where did they, like, the flip out kind of started happening at, like, it sort of started happening at the Fat Burger. Like they
that was like the pre.
But then when we got to like when they got outside, like it was like whoa, like all their energy was just like flowing out.
It's a tough day. I mean, it's a
in the car. That was when they in the car home. They were just going nuts.
Okay, well, picture this though. That used to be like 2 years ago. It was an outdoor graduation.
Oh gosh!
And on campus in the sun.
And it was 91 degrees.
No, that's horrible.
I would have died.
Yeah.
The other funny thing at the graduation is they had this thing where you could do a
tweet wall. It was like a tweet thing.
But their thing was like broken. So, you tweet something and you put the right hashtag and then they would post it up on the thing in the arena. But they had like 8 of them. That they just
so your mom's
through. My mom's was in there.
But I did one and it never showed up.
But it just kept saying Matt Vecchio, like over and over and over.
It said Radio BrendoMan congratulates Matt Vecchio.
I'm pretty sure you just got screened out for blatant advertising.
What? You didn't put .com.
Didn't put. I don't know. Hey, I'm sure we're supportive of you.
That's right. A radio show, a podcast. Anyway, it was long, but we survived. You did a good job. They did pronounce your name wrong. They said Matt
Vecchio.
So and we didn't even know to cheer for him because we're like, wait,
is that him?
No, was that? No, yeah. Oh, it's on stage. It's him. It's time.
Yeah.
So it was good, right?
It's good. I lost chords and stuff.
Then went to Fatburger afterwards and played in their window for a long time. They had like a window between the table and the bathroom hallway, and like everyone was
waist level.
Yeah. So
you would have, those kids were laughing. You would have thought you were like comic geniuses.
Yeah, Matthew was doing the like walking down the stairs.
The kids were dying. Like,
I'm surprised they didn't call the police on us because our whole side of the room was just like cracking.
Audrey was like screaming. It was you would have thought it was like the funniest.
And then the funny part is they went and tried to do it, and theirs was just
were just like jumping around
and making silly faces.
They're like, "Oh, can we do something silly?" And they were just kind of dancing around. But
so it was good graduation day, and then we came back to Yucaipa.
Yes,
and went to the Yucaipa Music and Arts Festival, which is cool. It's like this huge carnival thing with a bunch of vendors and stuff, but they also have some music, and we saw Flock of Seagulls.
Yes.
And they played.
They did all this. They did Iran.
Iran so far away.
And they did Space Age Love Song, which is their other.
And then he is bald now though, so they didn't have the
hair.
Didn't have the hair, but it was still cool. And then we saw Berlin.
It's just the girl.
With just the girl, but with her, it was like, what's her name? Something Lynn
Munn.
Anyway, but their song that you would definitely know is "Take My Breath Away." Top Gun.
But they had a few other.
They had other ones you'd probably recognize, but it was cool. It was right in Yucaipa, and she sang when she said, "Take my breath away." Yucaipa.
It was
like, what?
It was so pretty great.
So but close enough that we were able to like walk back from the show to my house.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It's pretty sweet. There was a lot of people. How many people were there? I don't know.
Several thousand.
Probably.
Several thousand.
Nice.
It was huge.
We saved a drunk girl.
Yep, had an adventure with a drunk.
Well, she had like wandered off, and she was clearly plastered. And she's like, "I don't know where I am. I don't know where my friends are. Can I use your phone?"
Yeah, and so
she had somehow managed to wander off like quite a bit away from
like half a mile from like the main area. And so we like walked her back, and then we got to the crowd, and she had to like lean, like I had to like guide her by the
elbow.
Phil
was just very uncomfortable, but he was also very noble.
Well, she obviously needed help, and we got her back to her family.
It wasn't like this person's trying to do something weird or sketchy. It was like, this is a person under distress.
Honestly, speaking of barf, my whole time I was thinking, I hope she doesn't like vomit on me. She's totally drunk. She smelled. I mean, you could smell the booze on her breath.
What if a stranger had thrown up on you?
Then I would have thrown up earlier in the evening than I did already.
That would have been horrible for me because I'm like, Phil's got puke.
And then we would have to walk back. I would have had to walk the whole way back to my house with barf on me.
And we would have missed Berlin.
Yeah, because I was not sticking around with vomit. So anyway, it worked out okay. She got back to her family, and
that girl puked later.
Oh, definitely. Fortunately, just not on us. So but it was cool though. I would love to do a stage there sometime.
Yeah,
like next year we should try to do it.
Well, didn't you book some bands there?
I did. They used to have like it was like a church sponsored it, and they had they had like church worship bands, but then I'm like, well, you know, because I was working at church at the time, so I got some of our bands in there. And it was funny because we had like our
Caravel
section. Well, I think Eric played.
Oh yeah,
like solo. We had Sons and Heirs played, Sentry played. Maybe that was it. But anyway, so we had a couple of our bands in there, and it was really cool. But then they got rid of that stage, so we had to start up something.
Well, now it seems like they've definitely put some money into because the stage, like the setup was.
Well, the funny thing is, they said tonight that Berlin played the first one.
Yeah,
they did like 4 years ago, but I didn't even know because it was so like kind of thrown together.
Well, you said you just heard it from your house.
Yeah, we're like, what's going on uptown? I guess we should go check it out. So, anyway, it's a good fest.
Cool.
Good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was just spending like 7 hours at like graduation festivities.
Well, the whole like between the graduation and the dinner was 7
We realized it was 7 hours had gone by.
All right. That's fair.
Yes. Well, from leaving our house to when we left the restaurant.
I woke up this morning.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, it was at the Citizens Bank Arena, which I almost went there a couple months ago because WWE, they don't do their big shows there, but they'll do like a house show or a SmackDown.
What?
I saw a bunch of stuff about wrestling online. Like just like
on the internet.
Yeah, pictures of like wrestlers' foreheads because I guess they like will cut their foreheads to bleed ahead of time and stuff.
They don't do that as much anymore, but yes.
It was all like, old wrestlers.
Dusty Rhodes has like these like they're basically like you can put a quarter in like from like because that's where because it's the easiest place where you do a razor. It closes really quickly.
And then you get smacked and you start bleeding.
Yeah.
And you bleed a lot from head wounds.
Yeah.
It seems like a great way to get like hepatitis or something.
Funny you say that because one of the more famous wrestlers that did it, Abdullah the Butcher, found out later that he had Hep C and he gave it to a bunch of people.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like they should be screened like.
Well, now it is like very regular. Like they do the moment any blood happens, like the ref has to put gloves on now, and they try to keep it. Now the only blood you see, there's no blading. Like blading's over.
Right.
It's like so. For instance, during WrestleMania, like Brock Lesnar started bleeding, and like. It wasn't, and it was they call it the hard way in wrestling.
Right.
And like the ref has to put gloves on, and sometimes they'll stop matches now because of it. But
well, I saw like a video of someone getting thrown through a pane of glass.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's the deathmatch stuff still happens, and that's crazy. I don't like that. I just watched. Okay. There was this deathmatch video, and I'm just like, how is this even appealing to anybody? This is horrible. This dude had a freaking pair of scissors like through his tongue.
Oh god.
And I'm just like, why would you even? That's awful. That's like, how is that appealing to anybody? And then I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of where I draw the line of like, because like that is a whole.
Scissors through your tongue?
Well, no, just the death matches, because that's a whole subgenre of wrestling, and I am not.
They don't really die.
No, but it's called a death match. Right. But like I went through a period like in high school where I was like watched that stuff, but I can't watch it anymore. Like
that's like where they replace they
place the ropes with barbed wire and like all that kind of stuff. And like because I watched tons of like I'll watch some ECW matches where it's like hardcore, but like now there's like these just straight up death match federations. Like there's like in like where like they're just like throwing guys into like light tubes and like all these other crazy.
Oh gosh!
And like did you see The Wrestler? So like, did you see The Wrestler? No. Well, there's a scene in The Wrestler like from like where Mickey Rourke is like in a death match situation, but it shows like in the movie like when he does the blading. Oh, okay. So it's really inside baseball because like. They keep they basically break up a razor blade and they keep it in their wrist, like the wrist tape, and then they just like when they're not looking. Like,
oh god!
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
We were just talking about
and he did
earlier.
He did it on camera, but like he actually did it. Like it's crazy.
Oh,
you get paid more if you bleed.
Depends.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
All right.
That's what Reddit told me.
Well, it depends. Yeah. because then you watch like late 90s WWE and they were just bleeding all over the place, like crazy. Like, but then it also, a lot of it was, there was unprotected chair shots to the head, which at the time,
I just use protection.
Well, at the time, like they didn't, I feel like somebody had to realize like this is probably a bad, but then when now we're in the concussion world, and especially post Chris Benoit and all this other stuff where we know that that's horrible. So watching it now, it's very difficult for me to watch, knowing what the consequences are of doing all this.
Right.
And especially when in Japan, you had these wrestlers that there was a style of wrestling called King's Road where they came up with these super finishers, and they're doing like all kinds of moves to the head and neck unprotected, and it eventually led to one of the our big purveyors of the King's Road style died in the ring due to a spinal injury. And I'm like, so that's where I'm like, this is how it operates, where they keep doing this stuff but I guess that's how we operate. Like, because think about like sports, think about like the evolution of NFL. Like when they started, they didn't even wear helmets.
Yeah, or the little leather cap.
But after we realized like, oh, it's bad. And I feel like wrestling's that way, but almost worse. They're like, it takes people to die before they're like, maybe we should, because now the King's Road style is basically dead, and it's because somebody died. And
that's what it would take.
That's crazy though, but I guess that's how we operate as a people pretty much on a lot of things. Like we'll keep doing stuff until really bad things happen. Think about because when you see especially in small towns, where there's a stoplight, and it takes to get those stoplights put in, people have to die.
It's true.
So you can count the number of traffic deaths by how many stoplights in a small town. I remember when I was a kid in Big Bear, there were only 2 stoplights, and now there's 10?
Yeah.
Oh, there's way more than that.
More than that? Crazy.
And you got to think every one of those is a huge number of accidents happened until they were like, I guess we should put a stoplight in here. And it's just weird that that's how we work. Because for a while, there had to have been times where should we put it in? And somebody's like, no, we don't need, no. And then how many more? And then you got to think if they had put it in when how many? I don't know. It's weird.
Then there's got playgrounds.
Yeah,
playground. You at the merry-go-round. How many kids had to get stuck underneath a merry-go-round or thrown off of it before they took those all out?
Well, I think about how many times I flew off a merry-go-round, and
that's just part of what you did, though.
Well, I remember. I don't know what they called them, but the bars where you hold on with your knees and spin. Someone broke their neck on a playground.
Oh yeah,
when I was
when you hang upside down. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's funny. Janelle, we were walking along. Is when we went to the Arboretum. We went to the Arboretum a couple weeks ago. Didn't ever talk about it on the show, but the kids were running down this path, and I'm like, it's fine, let them run. Janelle's like, I don't want them to get hurt. Remember what happened last time? And I said,
she is prophetic.
Well, she is. She does know, but I'm like our kids won't even ever know what it feels like to get the wind knocked out of them if you don't let them do some stuff. And she's like, that's horrible. And I'm like, I'm just saying, when I was a kid, we did some crazy stuff. Probably was very dangerous. I went to the emergency room a lot, and our kids are just never going to get to experience that. The closest they get,
they still will though. Something's gonna happen. You're gonna. I guarantee. Okay, here's something I can almost guarantee you.
Okay,
Luke is gonna break something.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna happen. Luke is gonna break an arm or a leg, and that's gonna happen. You could be watching him, and that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I ever had this, but the whole thing of I'm just gonna jump and let you know I'm jumping.
Oh yeah,
I'm jumping. Yeah. That's Luke.
Well, and he also he's told me he wants to be a superhero when he grows up. So he's practicing for how to be Spider-Man and stuff. So he thinks he can just jump off of stuff. And
you think you can do these things, Luke?
No, I don't stop.
I did some stupid crap. Even if I remember my mom was in the next room over, and I clearly remember I made a conscious decision. We had metal banisters, and I'm like, I'm going to lower my head and I'm going to charge as hard as I can into this metal banister. And 5 stitches later, but I remember I made a conscious decision to do that.
Just to see what would happen.
I don't know. And then another time I was like 8 and I just purposely took a dive off the top bunk of my bunk bed. And then I ended up, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this. So you know how there's the edge of the wall there, where the edge happens? I took a dive off the bed, rolled a little bit and went straight into the wall and took out some of the drive. So my dad had to go when we moved. My dad had to patch up. I put a freaking, and I'm just like, wall. That's how people die. Like I could have easily landed the. Well, then I think about my brother breaking his neck snowboarding just because he landed a weird way and rolled over, and the fact that then and like that. And then when he went to my mom's boss, who was like a spinal expert, was like a centimeter in any direction and you're dead or paralyzed just because he rolled, he landed a weird and he rolled it. Like that's crazy. Like our bodies are so fragile, but they also can handle so much.
Right. It's weird.
But yeah, Luke's gonna break something.
Well, my last day of gymnastics, I was pretty young, and I was jumping off of something and I was supposed to be doing like a flip or a roll or something. And I just decided I was just going to land on my behind. So I just jumped off this giant platform and landed on my butt. And that really hurt. Really bad.
And then you didn't do it anymore?
That was my last day of gymnastics.
That was it.
Were you just like, I'm done?
Didn't you break your tailbone at one point?
Well, the only 2 bones I've ever broken. One, I broke my arm ice skating. And I broke my tailbone roller skating.
What was that like? Like I can't imagine.
Well, okay, let's put it this
tailbone.
The ER doctor said, "We're going to take this X-ray, but just so you know, if
how old were you?"
I was like 8,
something like that.
Well, I was in 2nd grade. I remember because I had to carry a donut pillow around with me. But it was way better to break.
The idea of little Matthew with his special.
Dude, that is the most painful thing I've ever had.
Oh, well, I can't imagine breaking a tailbone.
Like a year later at summer camp, I was riding go-karts and I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, horrible pain. But if you dislocate.
Wait, so what did the doctor tell you?
He said if it's broken, we just have to let it heal. But if you dislocated your tailbone, we have to put a finger on either side of your tailbone and pull it back in place.
Oh, God.
Just so you know.
Oh, God.
So it wasn't dislocated.
It was not dislocated.
Please be broken. Please be broken.
So
that's like one of those, because that's like when you break your toes or something.
Yeah,
there's
there's
no
put a cast on your butt.
Right. Well, no, I guess not.
Because then, every time you poo, doesn't it hurt?
Every time you.
How did you go to the bathroom?
It was the most miserable time of my life. I mean, and then standing hurts and sitting hurts and lying hurts. I did. I broke my coccyx. That was the bone I broke.
Coccyx.
I can only imagine poor little Matthew carrying your donut.
I had to meet his teacher too. Her name was Miss Buscum, and everyone called her Buttscum.
That's a very unfortunate name for a teacher.
She was evil. She hated boys.
But probably because people called her Buttscum her whole life.
Yeah, this could be
She was horrible.
I'd be horrible too if because can you imagine when she was in school?
Oh yeah,
Buttscum.
Probably her whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things you can do with that name.
We had a spelling test, and one of our words was Cherokee. And she failed every single person in the class because they didn't capitalize Cherokee.
Oh,
that's cheap.
She's also the teacher that gave me a negative score on a spelling test.
What?
Well, I spelled every single word wrong, and spelling and tests. But still, you don't give a little kid a negative
You're so dumb
score.
you get negative.
Wow.
Oh.
He spelled spelling test wrong.
Quinn gave you a good ha in the chat there.
Thanks, Quinn.
That's pretty awesome.
We are now dumber for having senior tests. Wow.
I guess I was gonna ask if you spelled your name wrong. Is that why?
You got that
I did decide when I was young that I was just changing my name to Matt.
Because Matthew's hard.
It was hard to spell Matthew.
It is ridiculous.
She was mean.
That is mean. Didn't you get like changed out of her class or something eventually?
No, that was a different teacher. Told me I couldn't be in the smart reading group with all my friends. She also hated boys.
Yeah, you had a couple rough teachers.
Yeah,
I remember.
Then I got into Miss Aiken's class, and she had a behind that was big enough that it was like a shelf, and she'd put stuff on it, and we'd all laugh.
What?
It was awesome.
She put stuff on her butt?
Yeah,
Just to like, I don't remember her doing. I had her when I was a kid too, but
she was crazy.
she must have grown since I was a kid.
Yeah. School days,
Oh,
Big Bear.
Matt had some crazy school times.
I did. Crazy school times. Like the time I got locked in the girls' locker room.
What?
Well, I wasn't locked. I was in ASB in middle school.
Oh, I heard this story.
And the storage cabinet for like ASB was inside the girls' locker room. It was
Why
like a
would
closet.
they put it there?
It was
Why?
a weird school because it was like repurposed. Everything was repurposed there. It was bizarre.
Was this Big Bear High School?
It was Big Bear Middle School, but
okay.
it used to be
Used
Big
to be
Bear
the
High School.
right?
So like I went in. It was after school. There was nobody there.
Mm-hmm.
I went into the closet and I'm like getting stuff gathered and stuff, and all of a sudden I hear like all the girls from the volleyball.
So you hid in there?
team. Well, I could have said something like at that moment, but I didn't.
You did a Vecchio.
It was too late. So I just kind of ducked in the dark for the next 20 minutes.
But what if they came in? What if someone came in there?
I don't know.
And you're hiding in the girls'
Then you
locker
would be.
room. Like that's
You'd probably be
weird.
That's horrible. Like
I
that's
don't.
like.
It was horrible.
So then you got
bad.
locked in there.
Well, I didn't. I mean, as soon as I was sure everyone's left, I left. But
Can't we just hid out in there?
yeah, it's the same school where I beat a kid with a willow branch.
Wait, what?
Well,
Wait, tell us about that. How
there
did this come about?
was a bully, and he like pulled a willow branch off a tree and like smacked me with it, and I got so mad I sat on him and beat him with it. And the teacher came out and said, "Matt, you really shouldn't do that."
Matthew's like his signature move when he would get mad.
Oh, I would sit on people.
Yeah, he sat on
that was
people.
my signature move as well.
I mean, it's the only thing I had in my
When you're a
hand.
fat kid, like that's what you do, man. Because that's all you have over those guys.
The only problem is when that kid that you're sitting on is like a wrestler, and they know what they're doing. And
But you had I just can't imagine.
You want to know when my
whipping a kid with a willow branch or sitting on it.
and the teacher walked down and said, "Matt, you really shouldn't do that."
you want to know when my sitting ended was in Boy Scouts, and I broke a kid's rib. Like I broke a rib because I like was like jump because he pissed me off so much. And I remember I threw him on a camp bed and I just like jumped and I broke his rib. I'm a klutzy dude. So and then the only other I have injured my brother, one of my brother's best friends. It was my brother's like 25th birthday, and there was some drinking involved, and this was in Berkeley. This is the only I guess I've injured people's ribs twice, and my brother's friend he had fallen over, and then I was just being dumb, and I like tried to pick him back up, and then I like fell on top of him, and at the time like he didn't feel it, but then the next day like he's like my chest hurts really like my stomach hurts really bad, you guys, and luckily it was only a bruised rib.
Still, that hurts.
But like, yeah,
I definitely did stuff like take advantage of my weight, like playing basketball with Alex Stepansky, who's like 3.5 feet tall, and she's like guarding me, so I pick her up and move her. She was mad at me for a long time for that. Or my senior year of high school, there were freshmen fighting in my hallway, so I picked them both up and carried them to the principal's office. He told me not to pick up kids.
You're not allowed to pick up kids anymore.
No. So.
And then you yelled at a girl so loud, so hard that it made her cry.
Well, no, I made a girl pee her pants.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You made her pee her pants.
They were picking on like a special needs kid in the class.
Okay.
Like it was she was annoying. She was really annoying.
Mm.
But the whole class was laughing, and then the teacher started picking on her too. So I stood up. My lips started tingling, and I just raged. I don't even remember what happened. And one of the girls peed her pants. And then I just got up and walked out of
What
the
did
class.
you say?
Did you
Like,
come to you out in the hallway or something? Like you didn't even know what you said, right?
I don't remember what I said.
What did they tell you?
You literally hulked.
so you like really hulked
I
out.
hulked. All I remember is my lips tingling, and then I was outside.
Oh my
God. Someone
god!
to pee their pants.
That's like the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Like-
She told me later that she thought I was gonna throw a desk at her, but I wasn't. I mean, I'm not violent.
Did they never make fun of that kid again?
No, unfortunately.
That's
That's
horrible.
high school.
But not around you though.
That is the same class that I got out of sex ed at, though. And went and studied flower parts in the library
Why'd you get a sex ed?
because they were so stupid. I just didn't want to be in the class with them. I was there for one day, and like they do the whole thing. Oh gosh,
What?
our teacher's name was Mr. Bumstead. His wife's name was Gay.
Yes.
We ended up splitting up
Gay
because
Bumstead.
Yeah.
she like
So
ended
terrible.
up being gay,
Yeah.
and it's just really bad. And they asked all
Wait,
kinds
her
of,
name was
Her
gay,
name was gay.
and she
Yeah,
ended up
She wound
being
up,
gay,
yeah. And she left her husband.
and her name was Gay Bumstead.
Yeah.
and
It's
then,
just some unfortunate naming
like,
all around.
you know, they do like the anonymous questions.
Oh yeah.
And like he took every single one of them so seriously.
Oh yeah.
And like just too many butt sex questions. I'm like,
You
that's
know-
it, I'm out.
You know they were just messing with him too.
So I hung out with.
Well,
these
yeah,
guys
that's
who
the
were in
goal of the
library.
write-in
Right,
question,
right.
Oh yeah.
to see how far you can push until
what
they,
you can get them to
what you can get them to actually say.
Can I really
Well-
get my sister pregnant if I, jack off in the bath before she takes a bath? I'm like, okay, I'm out.
And he actually answered that question.
Dead
No.
serious with his awkward list.
That is
Oh my
where-
gosh.
That is where you just move on to the next
I did.
stage.
I
Studied
remember
flower parts, and it was awesome.
for a while I was obsessed on Bubs on Biolo's bulletin board system. There was an anonymous
Oh yes.
there was an anonymous question, like it was general health questions, but most people. But there was a while where it was once I was alerted to it. They're like, yeah, there's this thread where people just troll these doctor people, just try to get them to answer like the most horrific things. And I would say like 1 in every 25 was real, but they answered every question.
Yeah, oh my
And it was like,
gosh.
I have a bulbous pustule thing on my junk, and like, just all this stuff. And like they would
And they
answer
were
all of them, and they were like these really clinical like answers, and like I became obsessed with it. But then we finally like there was a real question, and we figured out who it was, and then I'm like I can't do this anymore because then like I couldn't look at this girl anymore because she asked about some like VD thing, and I'm like. And then, like, every time I saw her after that, I'm just like, oh.
Do you remember? Okay, this is a site. I mean, it's along the lines of what we were talking about earlier. But at Biola, I don't remember who it was, but there's this girl who one time came and sat at our table. Like she was in one of our classes, and she
Yeah.
was really quiet
The table.
and nice.
That, like,
sat at the table.
that, like, this was the table where, like, if it was basically, like, most people probably couldn't sit
Right.
because we were pretty obnoxious.
But she sat and she was all quiet. And at some time during the middle of the meal, she threw up on her tray.
Yes.
Oh, I remember.
And
this
then
story.
she just kept eating. And
Yes.
we're like, are you gonna do something? Like you just threw up on your, and she just kept eating. She did it to the side
Yeah,
of her
just to the
plate
side.
on the tray, and then just kept eating. And we're like, oh, this is not happening. Like this cannot stand.
great, but
Yeah, like please don't have her sit here anymore. Whoever invited her over here, it was weird. So there you go. I didn't sit on her or anything or make her pee.
also got in trouble for passing around a petition that multiple teachers signed to end women's suffrage.
Wait, did you start it?
No, I just
And
I just helped pass it around.
At first, I'm like, wait, like, God, that's amazing.
Let's put it this way: my AP US history teacher signed it.
What did she think? Did she know it was a joke?
No, she was the one that like was mad because she signed it.
So what did she think she was signing? Like the end
Woman
suffering. Oh, okay, she just didn't read it.
Oh, Steve, Quinn has a good thing because this is good. In high school, some little skinny kid called me names or something while we were walking on the track, then ran away as I tried to chase him. So I walked fast to catch up to him. A fat dude's secret weapon, and that's we did just give it away. Like that's the thing that we kind of don't let the skinny community know is like we can be fast for short bursts of time.
That's right. It's like a cheetah.
It is. It's like
speed walk.
So especially the speed walk. Yeah. That is our. I guess we are giving this away, but I guess especially as a kid, like you had like those bursts of speed. And he snuck up and pushed him hard to the ground. But
the hippo cheetah.
We can be fast when we need to be, especially the fast walk, because you can also like that's the whole like nimble on their feet thing. Like we can be sneaky when we want to be.
Yeah, you like bend your knees, you get lower to the ground, and you get huge steps.
And that's how you. That's why you don't. I don't know. Like people love messing with fat kids, but it's dangerous. You're playing with fire. Yep. Because especially if you get like a little Hulk over here, or like me.
I never hurt anyone, okay?
Except the kid with the switch.
Well, I was in control that time. I mean, I purposefully beat you.
I still love that you made someone see, though.
He was so surprised that it surprised me. That's when I realized my power. Yeah, that's when fat kids kind of realize, like, oh.
With fat power comes great responsibility.
Like, well, I mean, the only time I ever hulked, I guess I've hulked out twice. Like, really hulked out. Like physical, like to get physical with people was, I mean, I've told this plenty of times, but like a dude pulled a knife on me in junior high, and the next thing I knew, he had a broken jaw, and he was on the ground. But I think it saved my life. I don't know what he was gonna do. I don't know if it was just to scare me, but pulled a knife on me, and as soon as that happened, it was like, I am afraid for my life, and this dude, it's either him or me. And luckily, like, because we both got pulled into the principal's office, and luckily, like, they're like, "Oh, this fat kid's obviously telling the truth." Because there had been times where I had been pulled in, and like I always ended up getting in trouble because like for some reason, and this is where if I was a teacher, why do they never believe you when you're like, when the fat kid's like, I never did anything,
right?
Like, and I always would get in trouble. I think it's because they're like, you're big. Of course you did something. I'm like, no, I did nothing.
I think, at least from hearing Janelle, I feel like the world's more aware of the situation
now.
Because
I remember I always would get caught in the crosshair. And then the worst thing, and I write about, this is one of the things in my memoir, I think that people have, like, if you can read some of it, that like really hit a nerve with some people is then I'd get stuck in the timeout room with my bullies.
Right,
in this room with them, and every time the guy would leave, it was like, and then I'm like, and then it would perpetuate itself. Like it was just this perpetuating thing where then I get in a fight again with these guys, and then what do I get? More timeout room with the freaking bullies. Right. It's like the prison system. Like, so it breeds. Right. So then eventually I did have a bad attitude because I realized like I am trapped in a system that has no, like, it's kind of, so I feel like people, you're right, I think they have kind of woken up to some of that.
And bullying in general is, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I think the
people
adult
are more aware. Because it used to be just like kids will be kids.
Right.
And there is some of that. There is some of that. I feel like there's a little bit of truth in that, because I feel like bullying will never completely go away. Right. But I feel like adults' response to it has gotten quite a bit better.
Yeah.
Because there were times where it became so, it would make me more distraught. Or I remember by 5th grade, I just gave up on like trying to get help. Like I remember I reached a point where I'm like, I am never getting help. So this is hopeless. And that's when I started getting depressed. Like that's when depression happened.
Yeah.
Was when I was like, I have no help. Like this is just gonna happen. And that's where I would get depressed and I would hide. Like that's where I just started hiding, because like no one's gonna help me.
Yeah.
And nobody believes that I'm not causing these things.
Don't be there.
Because they're like, because I mean, like I was like 5'9" in 6th grade. And so they're like, how would you not, like, you're telling me you didn't do anything, and I'm like the biggest kid in school, but like no, and they could not get their heads around it. And I don't know. I also my brother was like, but you're also kind of a crybaby. And I'm like, of course I was a freaking crybaby. They gave me a reason. Like, kids punch me all the time. Like, and then, but trying to explain that to people that didn't, that's the other thing, is like trying to explain it to people that it's hard for them to believe, because like they never experienced that. So I'm like, no, I had a, like, just telling the story, like I had a dude punch me just for no reason. Like, and that happened quite a bit.
So like, I mean, did you have the experience of like begging the nicest teachers to please just let me stay inside of lunch?
Oh yeah. Well, I had the
quiet.
Miss Akins is the one that let me stay in her room at lunch.
Well, I didn't have that in elementary school. That's where I was like kind of left in the wild. But I got to the point where I would sit right by the classroom where I knew there was a teacher. And even then, sometimes stuff went down. But then junior high, I hid in the library.
Library.
Yep.
Because I remember in elementary school, I would be in the library, but there was some times where I couldn't. I don't know why, but like, because
the librarian wasn't in.
Well, either that or like our lunches in elementary school, I know were staggered, so that sometimes classes were in the library, and I couldn't. But like junior high, library was just the library, and like I knew that was a safe place. And I know that librarian lady took great pity on me. She probably went home and told her husband, like, "There's this kid. I just feel so bad," and then. Because like they don't have that much power, and I knew like she probably was like wish she could do more. So I was like, thank God for that library. Those librarians were like, when I found out my friend Carrie became a librarian, I'm just like, God bless you. And she's like, right? Because like I think most people don't understand what like librarians, the role of the librarian.
I bet you if you major in library studies, one of the classes is like helping the poor bullied kids.
Because she's like, that's half my job. And I'm like, oh, I know. She's like, nobody knows. I'm like, no, I know. And she just felt so appreciated when I was like, you are doing God's work. Like
the care and keeping of the hippo cheetah.
Well, I remember, like, I think I showed it, my 7th grade yearbook. The people I got to sign it were like the 2 lunch ladies and the librarian and then my teacher.
Yeah, my 8th grade yearbook is like 4 teachers, some band kids. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my friend Sean, who just wrote dirty stuff. And I kept trying to cross it out.
Mine are all crossed out. I'm like, oh, I don't want to. And then my mom would be like, what do they write? I want to know what they wrote.
All right. Well, we got some reader mail.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
For another time, just remind me to tell you about the time that my class ditched our paraplegic substitute teacher. Okay.
No, now you have to tell that story.
On.
Come on.
Well, I don't know who in their right mind let this teacher be a substitute teacher. My 6th grade class, we had a substitute
dude, when you're in
teacher.
elementary, they're the worst. I remember being horrible to subs in elementary school.
Paraplegic.
Partially out of fear, right?
Had control over the pinky finger and like couldn't even like talk well, like clenched jaw and stuff. So we kind of had a fire drill. So we all run outside and she power wheelchair out.
This is horrible.
And we go out and we like line up in the dirt next to the classrooms, and it was muddy, and she kind of got her wheelchair stuck behind the portable, and we kind of all just pretended we didn't notice, and we went back into the classroom.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
And like the next day they brought the entire classroom into the principal's office, and she had like painstakingly written this letter, and it mentioned how it took her like 4 hours to write it and how disappointed she was in our class. And,
that's the lowest.
But the thing was, like, I couldn't be the snitch. I couldn't be the one person.
I was the snitch.
That's why people hated you.
It's probably true. But I remember I think it was freshman year of high school, or maybe
I also refused to do like the substitute teacher, the bell rings.
No, that's what it was.
I didn't.
Before the class got, before we got to sub in there, everyone's like, okay, because like it would ring halfway through the period, right? And they said, okay, everyone's gonna tell them that that's recess and we're done. We have a short period today, and the whole class. I'm like, guys, I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, just do it. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. And the bell rang, and they all got up, and I sat there. And you're like, what's going on? I'm like, it's not really recess. And I was not well liked for a while, and I get that.
But that happened to me in Mr. Karn's class, and I was the only person who didn't leave. and I was also the only person who didn't get in major trouble.
Yeah.
Did you have like multiple schedules, and that's why, or was it just weird bells?
No, there's multiple. So some people had like there was like 7th grade lunch and 8th grade lunch, and it was staggered or whatever. Yeah. So I was that guy, but I'm not gonna do it. And then I guess that I deserved it, but then I also did the right thing. But I don't know, like high school or junior high politics, whatever. There's a reason I hid out in the library. That's all I'm saying.
All right, that's my.
All right, so we got a reader mail from Craig from the Res, and this is going to require some clarification on his part because I don't understand the second part of it. Hey, thought Phil would like to know that Jimmy Pardo of Never Not Funny, which I'm a fan of Jimmy Pardo, took his family. He's also the warm-up comic for Conan, if you've ever been to a Conan taping. Sure. Took his family to see Paul Blart 2, and they all liked it. And his son is Chekhov's grandson.
That's the part we're not sure what that means.
Are you talking about Jimmy Pardo? Because wouldn't that mean Chekhov is his dad? Why would you say it that way?
Or the writer?
Are you talking about the writer or Star Trek? What are you talking about?
All right, clarify Chekhov.
And whose son? And that's a weird way, because if it was his son, wouldn't that mean he is Chekhov's son? So why would you put his son as Chekhov's grandson?
Maybe that's the character he plays somewhere?
I don't understand.
All right, I don't know. But they took...
like
in a show, Chekhov's grandson.
Well, who's Chekhov?
Maybe in Star Trek?
Did he have a grandson?
I don't know.
I don't understand. So you're going to have to clarify.
But the important part is that he took his family to see Paul Blart 2, and they liked it.
I thought Phil might find that interesting. Jimmy Pardo also goes to arena football games, and he loves that, and is
that not popular?
LA Kiss. He goes to LA Kiss games. I think it's funny, but
okay.
Phil might find that interesting. So of the two people I know who have seen it, they both like it. So
fun.
You and Jimmy Pardo.
Right. That is an excellent point. It's fun.
I feel like you and Jimmy Pardo would be buds.
Probably so. Sounds like he has good taste in movies.
Well, he's got like a dad sense of humor going on a little bit, but he's also really funny.
Well, I think that's good, and I would recommend that you see it for go to see it in a bargain movie.
And then he also linked to the I Think You Freaky.
Oh, yeah. Which we watched right before the show.
No, we watched a parody.
Well, right.
But he went to the actual one, and I feel like it would traumatize you. I don't know.
Okay, so speaking of, first, Craig, thanks for writing, and I'm going to have to send you an email, but we're starting to make our plans for summer vacation.
Oh, my gosh.
And there's a high possibility that we might be doing something in Montana.
Yeah.
So I know there was a time when Craig sent me like an itinerary of what are different places we could visit and stuff, and I can't remember where he sent that to or where I have that. So I don't know if you still have that or just like I can't even remember what exactly part of Montana you were at. And so anyway, if you want to send some more info that way, I might send you an email. But just to kind of see where we're going. The place we're looking at flying into is Kalispell. Mm-hmm. Which is like northwestern Montana. So I don't know if that's like near where he's at or not, but it'd be fun to say hey or something if we're in the right part of the state. Mm-hmm. I'm not 100% sure on that, but a little info would be good.
Quinn's picture is really funny. Is that your dog, Quinn? It's a cute looking dog.
Quinn's got like a selfie with a Chihuahua, I think it is.
I don't know. It looks like it. Maybe. All right. Let's see. What else is going on?
Tiny gray Chihuahua.
Oh.
Okay.
You know what tiny gray Chihuahuas listen to their podcasts on?
Wow. Do they listen to it on Stitcher?
Yes, they do. Because tiny gray Chihuahuas have great taste in streaming apps.
Yeah. Good job.
I use Stitcher.
Matt uses Stitcher.
I use it every day.
Yeah.
Because I listen, not because you can like listen. It's a way I keep my place on like podcasts I listen to, and I can listen to it on my phone. And when I'm studying, like doing my practice tests and my lab stuff, I'll listen to some podcasts.
Have you ever thumbs up us on it?
Whenever I'm listening to you and you tell me to, I do. So keep telling me.
That's good. Okay.
Don't forget to thumbs up.
Don't forget to thumbs up it.
Are you okay back there?
Up over there now?
No, I'm just coughing.
Okay.
All right. Don't forget to use the code BrendoMan if you haven't signed up for a free Stitcher account.
Right.
Again, mobile devices, on the web, all kinds of stuff. And
we've had an exciting week in hosting this week.
We have?
Yeah.
What?
In hosting.
What?
Our sites. Some of our sites.
Well, some of our sites went down, and that's because they weren't using DreamHost.
That's because we weren't using DreamHost for some of them. It's true.
And we had some problems, and we're actually going to probably migrate some of the whole BrendoMans.com family of sites might be moving over to DreamHost because our current host that we have those on isn't quite up to snuff.
Yeah. Okay, so I use DreamHost.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if I own domain names, like, is there a limit to how many domain names I can?
Nope.
Because I totally just set up another website with
a
domain name.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I gonna have to pay something? And all of a sudden, I had a website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts.
That's really cool.
So if you want to sign up for a DreamHost account and be cool like Matthew over here, use the code Radio BrendoMan. Go to DreamHost.com and save $50 off your order when you use the Radio BrendoMan code. And if you do it, be sure to send us an email and let us know you were
a little
because we've had to go back and be like, hey.
And what's your site that you
what is your site?
Well, I have 2 sites. I have 3 sites.
Okay.
And one of them, well.
What?
You can go to them.
What?
One of them is Matt's Minutes.
Yeah.
Matt'sMinute.com.
Right. Okay.
And the other one's DaveandMatt.com.
What's Dave and Matt?
It's Dave and Matt talking about all of.
Do you guys have a podcast?
No. We're just like
a blog?
Posting blogs back and forth on stuff that we find interesting. We decided rather than texting each other whenever we have something, we'll post it and share it with the internet.
So you guys
it's really random stuff. But.
That's we could probably make a blog out of all the emails I've sent Phil, just all the
random
stuff.
That's exactly what it is. It's like, why waste this?
So I should just start getting domain names of PhilandJanelle.com and be all the text.
Yes.
That one would have to be .xxx though.
So the latest Chronicles has been geodesic greenhouses and olive oil pressing. So
if you want to see about that,
your brother's gonna poison himself with olive oil pressing.
Or I'm still terrified of canning things. He does a lot of canning.
Canning's fine.
Botulism, man, it's terrifying. Or what's the other one? Listeria. That's my new thing I'm afraid of. Someone got listeria from hummus, and I'm afraid about hummus.
Oh my gosh.
I almost bought some hummus at the
Listeria
store.
No, definitely don't get
That
that.
drives me crazy.
Dave and Matt, not Phil. I love the idea that
Quinn doesn't want to read that.
Quinn loves the idea of DaveandMatt.com, not
Phil.com. Yeah, don't look at that one.
Phil and Janelle's would be like, why haven't you done this yet? Why haven't you gotten this form filled out?
No, I can't. I'm not going to divulge. But no, you have no idea what Phil and Janelle text look like.
It's a really cool idea, and we have some interesting things. But I mean, I don't want there's not a lot of crossover between Radio BrendoMan and our weird gardening stuff. So I mean,
what's your third site?
Rocknursing.com.
Rock nursing?
Yeah.
Okay, what's that?
You're gonna be a rock star?
Well, it's gonna be how to rock nursing.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
And I've
nursing school or just nursing.
Well,
You should come up with a whole tutorial system on how to get through nursing
really
school.
Good niche. Tutorials, and I want to do that. So, and I want to have a nurse
how to rock nursing. That's good.
So that will exist at some point.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, see, if you want to have your domain that you get through DreamHost on us read out loud, we'll talk about it too. So
yeah,
go ahead and do that.
All right. And what else is good is Amazon. And Amazon Prime especially is super awesome. You get a lot of cool stuff. You get $99 a year. You get unlimited ad-free access to over 1 million songs through Amazon Prime Music. You got Instant Watch Library, which Janelle is now hooked on Big Love.
Yeah.
The HBO show.
She's gone through all the reality shows.
She went through the real polygamy.
Yep.
Now she's on to fictional polygamy.
She likes polygamy and large families.
Oh, Tusk is on there now. So if you want to watch Tusk,
I don't think I can
Freak
take
out.
it. Can't take it.
And then you got the 2-day free shipping. I mean, that's the real. That's gonna see. My Mother's Day is coming up, and I need to.
Mine.
So yeah.
My Mother's Day is coming
Thursday
up.
before Mother's Day, I'm gonna hit that clickety click, and it's gonna get there.
There it is.
Boom.
I just use an Amazon locker, which is like the coolest thing ever.
They have a bunch in Riverside. They don't have any around here.
What's that?
Well,
Instead of, because you know how like me,
7-Eleven.
where I get my some of our mail doesn't make it.
Yeah.
You can have it shipped to an Amazon locker, and you go pick it up.
And you just go take your phone, and it scans, and then the little door just goes, boop, pops open, and there's your package.
It's like a secure location to get your packages delivered to.
No, it's free.
What?
Yeah.
That's
There isn't
amazing.
one around here. The closest ones are in Riverside.
It is so
That's
cool.
super cool, though.
I love
That's
it.
the future.
It's
We
amazing.
live in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just scan your phone on it. You don't even have to talk to someone.
No, I like was giggly. I was so excited when I did
Oh
it.
my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So that's cool. So if you guys want a free trial,
Well, you get a free
30
trial
days.
of it for 30 days if you go to radiobrendo.com and click the Amazon Prime free trial link. And even if you don't want that free trial, if you're just like, I like my Amazon vanilla, my regular Amazon,
plain,
or even if
Amazon.
you already have Prime and you're using Amazon,
right.
before you order stuff, the best way you can help out the show, the easiest way you can help the show, because, you know, we take hosting donations. You go to
Sure,
radiobrendo.com, you click that.
Greatly
Or,
appreciated.
you know, you can do other things, like you can buy a Brax book or buy a Popbox Music CD, or so there are other ways you can support the show. But if you don't want to be buying all those things, if you're like, I just want, you shop on Amazon, you can help the show just by doing your normal shopping. When you buy your toilet paper on Amazon, you can help out the show by going to radiobrendo.com and clicking that Amazon button, and boom.
I almost bought a urinal just the other day on Amazon.
A urinal.
Yes. You can do that.
So
My friend bought a toilet. Wait, what were you going to do with a urinal?
I was going to mount it.
Like a wall urinal?
in your
Yes.
rented place that you live in?
I didn't buy it. I wanted to.
How would you'd have to do some serious plumbing to get that.
No, here's the great thing. With the water-free urinal system, you don't have to have water going to it, just the septic going away.
This is Plumbing with Matt. You can find out about this on Dave and Matt. What is it? DaveandMatt.com?
DaveandMatt.com.
Yeah, if you want to know about installing a waterless urinal.
That's great.
That just seems gross to me.
Well, it's better than not having a urinal.
It would be nice to have a urinal like in the middle of the night, because like
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about lifting the seat up
Yeah,
or
you
all
have to
that.
like aim. Well,
Yeah.
No, it's not as much.
Now I kind of want a urinal.
Please aim.
If I'm rich, if you're rich, what do you get first, the bidet or the urinal?
No, I'll tell you what
I don't know. I like the
weird.
bidet.
I kind of want to have a toilet in the shower.
Toilet shower.
Have you ever gotten in the
Shower
shower and
toilet?
like started showering like, oh, man,
Oh, yeah.
I gotta
Yeah,
put
Then
that's
it
it's
the
the worst, because then you're all like wet.
Yeah. wet
I've
poop.
slid off the toilet. Not even joking.
But everyone has had that though. That is a universal
So
experience.
I don't know exactly how it works. If you have to have like waterproof toilet paper or something.
Well, you just
No, I don't just touch the poop on my bottom. That's weird.
what? No, I'm not saying that. You rinse it.
You can
with
just
water.
hose off.
Oh,
Yeah.
a bidet.
You're in the water.
No, you're in the
shower.
water.
Where
You
you just like bend over and spread your cheeks.
Sure.
Yeah, if you already got a shower with a toilet, why can't you do that?
No,
Toilet shower. I
You need a
never
bidet.
thought about that.
I don't know. That's kind
I
of
want
amazing.
a toilet shower.
I think I want a
Except
toilet shower
I'm pretty
too.
sure I would never leave the shower. Then I was just
What else do you need?
What if you had a little TV?
With a little waterproof?
well, I
TV?
have a glass shower, so you can just put a TV on the other side. Toilet shower.
I don't know. That's interesting. I never thought of toilet shower.
Yeah, that came out that way. Good.
And then if you're like me, you could brush your teeth on the
Oh,
toilet
gosh.
in the shower.
Just do it all at once. Just
Bagel
eat your food in
dispenser.
there. Gross. I
Yeah.
don't know. The toilet shower is interesting.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to clean it too.
Yeah.
It's true.
You just get the little nozzle off and spray it
You would
down.
never have poop smears.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Can
Can you imagine if
a
you could
world?
spray out your toilet?
Yeah.
You're right.
It's amazing.
We
Toilet
might be
shower-
onto something here, you
toilet shower
guys.
is the way of the
We might
future.
be onto something here.
Wow. That's kind of amazing. Imagine how much time that would
I
cut out
don't
of your
know. It's
morning
also
routine.
kind of-
Oh, dude, because that's always my morning is poop shower.
Yeah.
If you could do both at the same time.
It's like dumping and shampooing at the same time.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, just get it all over with.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
What are we doing, you guys? What are we doing?
Wait, can you trademark this?
It
Or
almost
copyright
sounds
it?
like idiocracy.
Patent?
I'm just saying. Get the tube going in.
Get the
Just have a tube of food that you can like suck out of.
Yeah. Plants crave.
You get some, the
Get some
Brondo.
Brondo.
There we go. Yeah.
Man,
So let's see. Did anyone buy a toilet shower on Amazon?
people didn't buy toilet showers, but they bought a lot of stuff. So thank you. Yeah, because we also read, but we don't know who bought it. We just know that things were bought. So we got a double Jew men's turtleneck with shearing detail brown.
All right.
These
Some shirts, some
clothing descriptions are very strange. He grand men's long sleeve fitted t-shirt. I love that they have to put Chinese.
Was it like, yeah, I mean, it's not made in
Is
USA,
it t-shirt Chinese XXL or is it Chinese XXL as opposed to American XXL? Maybe.
Well, they also might be saying like he is in male. He grand. Oh
No, it's two E's.
Moda di Rasa men's elegant leather belt. Ooh, fancy.
Sounds fancy.
What are all these weird clothes names? Oh, dude, in the Mario Kart Animal Crossing course are bells. They have a star on them and make a different sound. Yes.
Yep.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
We'll get to Mario Kart.
Because holy crap. Modi. Oh, we already did that one. Oink Queen. What? Chin? Is that a Q?
Yeah.
So that's a Chin Ying V-neck sleeveless slim fit jacket, men's business suit. So people are buying
Someone's getting like
I bet
dressed
this
up.
is like
funky
really fancy looking
clothes.
stuff at like ridiculous Chinese prices.
Yeah, let's look at this.
Someone is like going out on the town. Oh, maybe they're like
16. Look at that. $17 for a vest.
Oh yeah.
That's a whoa, yeah.
Okay, I get it now.
And look at that. That's a slick vest right there.
So someone, what are they going to?
Someone's getting dressed up.
Prom, wedding, business, job interview.
There is
Yeah.
no such thing as like a
This is fancy.
fancy.
Look at this
fat
shirt.
vest, though. Just so you know,
Yeah, I can't wait.
Fancy fat vest.
You can't pull off vests.
No.
I wore a vest at Brian's, and it was a little tough.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I had to do the vest when I worked at Disneyland when we were in Interventions, and
Oh yeah.
it's not a great look.
All right, then we got X Horizon TM Man Flirty Lounge
What's a flirty
loose fitting
lounge?
sport yoga pants pajama trouser.
That's such a long.
What the
description.
frick is this description? Oh, I gotta look at this. They're just like yoga
Like
pants.
sweat- yeah, almost like sweat.
Ooh, those look
Sweats.
comfy. Ooh, I want some. My favorite pajama pants now, the Homer Simpson ones, have a giant hole in the crotch,
No.
but I still wear it because I don't give
Okay,
a crap.
do you know the thing, Luke? I have gotten in arguments with Luke because he told me, like, we saw Homer Simpson somewhere in the store or something. He's like, "Oh, Daddy, you have those pajama pants." I'm like, "No, it's Uncle Brendo." "No, Daddy, you have those pajamas." I'm like, "No, I don't. Uncle Brendo has those." No, and I'm like, I'm going back and forth, and Janelle's like, "Do you hear what you're arguing with him about? Who cares who has them? But I don't have those pajama
But
pants."
he's wrong.
He's wrong.
We've all gotten pretty ridiculous arguments with your son
Yes,
I have.
yes, I know. And
'Cause-
Janelle has to be
because
like,
he's like
"You hear
you.
yourself?"
Because he's like you.
Yeah.
Because the whole not a mission thing
Yeah.
that
On
originally
a mission.
Luke started that fight.
Yes. Sometimes it's like fighting Dark Link in The Legend of Zelda. He has all the same moves as I do, so we just go back and forth no matter what I
He
throw
did,
out.
and he learned it from you.
Yeah, he learned it from me. So it's pointless.
All right.
If I do a spin attack, he comes right back with it.
ID height adjustable 360-degree rotating floor stand for tablets.
All right.
What is this?
Computer
I want to
item.
see what this looks like. Oh, it's like it's a floor. So you put your
Wow.
tablet.
It almost looks like at a dentist office or something they would have.
Yeah.
It does.
Some
That's if
kind
you
of
put your
thing.
tablet outside your poop shower. I mean, toilet shower.
Waterproof it. Yeah, that's true. You can get a waterproof tablet.
All right. Terminator on Blu-ray. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice. We got Optimum Nutrition ZMA. What's ZMA? Nurse man.
Some kind of
180
vitamin or something.
capsules.
I don't know.
It's got to be a vitamin or something.
Oh, it's zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6.
Okay.
All right. Then we got Quest Nutrition Protein Bar Chocolate Chip Cookie Dough. Lavender Seed Kit. in bamboo growing pots.
That's cool.
That's cool.
So somebody's getting some
Someone's growing some
gardening stuff.
lavender.
Crabtree and Evelyn hand therapy sampler.
Ooh, that's from the category is luxury. That's pretty awesome.
We
never bought
got
something from
Avery
luxury.
removable dry erase labels,
Ooh.
blue border, and Quartet magnetic dry erase markers.
Ooh, they did like a
That's
craft.
cool.
What are we
Fine
doing
point.
there?
So the labels though are
Oh,
dry
yeah.
erase. That's interesting.
cool.
That's cool.
That's
'Cause
a
you
Pinterest
can, like-
thing there. I guarantee it. I
Something
don't know
from
what it
Pinterest.
was.
Outdoor
Pinterest.
research men's Feroci 3/4 pants.
What's
I got
three-
like 3/4
It's under
pants.
other. It's not even clothing.
Oh, look at it's like
they're
hiking
like yeah,
pants. They got like ties on them
going fishing
Yeah.
or something like that.
for rugged
Hiking,
environments.
Biking maybe, something like that.
Okay, I like it.
Someone's got like a whole new wardrobe.
Yeah. Well, then somebody's doing like some
Oh,
serious.
some outdoor- see fishing
yoga.
more fishing stuff.
There's also yoga stuff. Lots of yoga.
but it says fisherman pants.
Fisherman
yoga.
pants, yoga trousers,
What?
air stability wobble cushion, silver. We got to hear about what is going
What's
on
a
with all
wobble
this
cushion?
stuff. This is like
Oh, so,
Oh,
okay.
yeah. Those balls.
That's like a yoga
It's
ball
like a
type
half
thing.
ball. With
yeah,
a
these are like
platform
this
you
is
stand
like
on.
yoga stuff.
It's for like balance.
Okay.
I don't.
So someone
well
got like the
knows.
whole set.
High quality durable Pilates yoga mat,
Yep.
a yoga lavender eye pillow.
Also, the lavender goes with that, I bet. Or is that just the color?
I think it's just the color.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, it's just
it's
the
like a yoga pillow.
So someone's like just signed up for yoga. It looks like.
Yoga addict. Somebody's doing DDP yoga.
What's DDP?
Diamond Dallas Page is a yoga program.
What the
I think
heck?
it's Steve Espinoza. If I had to guess, here's my guess. I want to
Okay.
know. I think Steve Espinoza is doing DDP yoga.
All right. Let's see.
It's a wrestler. He has a yoga program now.
All right. Let's
or
see. If
somebody-
he wants to own up to it.
Somebody's
That'd be
doing
cool.
yoga, and it's a dude.
All right.
Yoga addict, men yoga short pant. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of who else would be doing yoga.
See, the only reason I knew people got yoga clothes was because they were comfortable. I didn't realize people actually did yoga in them. I mean, that's cool and all, but
Why do you think they're called yoga clothes?
well, I mean, no, I don't know.
No. All right. Well, don't forget to subscribe to our Facebook group if you're really into talking about things.
We have things that we talk about.
Yeah.
If you
Well,
wanna just
also Phil
dumb
posts
links.
Phil posts dumb pictures and
Yeah.
silly things and
Did you watch that band that like built the drum set?
Yes.
Like,
Oh, I did.
oh my
Holy
gosh, that's
crap.
amazing. Can you
well,
imagine?
they turned it like at first I'm like, what is this? And then it looks like a normal drum.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
I just came across that. They have their albums on Solid State.
Yeah, I saw that.
But I was like, can you imagine? I mean, I'm all proud of myself when I'm done. Like, oh, I finished editing this one.
Well, then I
song.
love that Mario put like swing set of doom.
Yeah. I mean, I can't accomplish that. And they built a drum
They
set out of
built
a tree.
a freaking
And it looks
drum
like they
set
did it in
out
like
of
a
a
couple
tree.
days, probably.
That's nuts.
So anyway,
And we also have our subreddit, which we've been getting some activity on there.
that's good.
Well, we got the food court thing, and then I mentioned, so we've been talking a little bit about that. So if you want to join us on there, that is reddit.com/r/radio BrendoMan.
Nice.
And you can also go to radiobrendo.com, and there's a link up there now. Let's see, stuff to mention. Phil,
Well, we talked about Matt's graduation.
Matt
a lot.
graduated.
Congratulations again.
congratulations, we're proud of
It
you.
was fun. I think we told all the stories.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. It's good.
It was the band, like before you came in there, like they had the school orchestra, I guess
Yeah.
it was,
Mhm.
and they were doing the music.
there
And
was
they
some
played-
nerdy stuff
They
going
played
on.
Star Trek, like a whole bunch, like the main theme and some other
Some
stuff.
of the
from
other
Star Trek.
themes.
And then they also did, I can't remember what it's actually called, but the theme song from Monty Python,
Yeah.
the
The march.
Flying Circus. It's a classical piece, but
Yeah.
that's whatever. Whoever playing that
Come
was
on,
like,
that's
guys,
not.
we're doing Monty Python.
Yeah.
Sad I missed that.
Yeah. Anyway, that was fun. It was good. We had a good time, even though it was really long. We all, it was cool. We got to sit together.
Yeah.
Like I said, I warned you to bring your DS.
No, we did. It was good, and it's funny because
We've been to graduations
I know.
before. I mean, this isn't
Yeah.
our first.
the group, everyone around us was talking so loud and stuff
Oh.
that it wasn't like I never once was worried like, oh, am I being rude with my
Yeah,
DS?
but,
I was like,
Well, that's the other weird, uncomfortable thing about like graduations turn into like brag offs.
oh yeah,
Like, oh yeah, she's got a 4.0 GPA and she's going thinking, oh my and I'm just like, y'all need to shut up.
Stop
Like,
talking.
gosh. Like, and they're just like talking with their kids. But then like, it's just funny. Like, it was like, there was like, and then like, as soon as one of the kids left, this mom just started cursing a bunch. She's like, that effing blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I don't know, it was weird.
So we were like not disturbing anyone.
And then just awkward family conversations.
Yeah.
And like just overhearing all this weird chatter.
Poor mom and dad, like their car, the transmission went out as they got to the graduation, so they couldn't put their car in reverse. So dad had to like drive to a hotel so they could stay the night, and that was a whole mess. So there's a whole, but that worked out, I guess.
Yeah, one of my friends had her boyfriend's parents and her parents meet for the first time at graduation without her being there.
Oh,
yeah. Bad idea.
Probably should have preempted that one.
That's
a bad time.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully it went well, but that's an awkward. There's tensions are high. You were a little on edge.
You were totally on edge.
Before we got lunch.
No. I want to tell the story.
Okay, you tell from your perspective, and then we're gonna tell it for real.
It was a stressful day. There were a lot of people there.
Everyone was like in a good mood.
And there were some people in our party that were annoying to me, and I was frustrated, and I wanted to like take pictures with my friends. And I get outside, and I'm like trying to organize all this, and everyone's like, well, where are we standing? Are we gonna go in the shade, or are we staying here? And I'm like, okay, well, let's just go over there. I want to go.
We weren't doing any of this.
That was not us.
No, but then Phil and Brendo walk up and like, hey Matt, we want you to come on the show tonight after that you've graduated. I'm like, let me graduate.
Just let me have this time. I want to graduate.
But you had already graduated. Yeah. That's why I wanted to be like, we did. We watched it for 3 hours.
And then like, it's just come on my show. I'm here. Are you happy?
Oh my gosh.
So here's from our perspective. So we all walk outside. We find Matt. We all go over to the shade because it's hot. And then I walk around like, oh, dude. Matt, Brendo said you should come on the show because you just graduated. It's like, can't you just let me graduate? This is not the time or the place.
And I'm just like, whoa.
Okay, dude, never.
I did say that.
And then we got lunch. And at lunch, you're like, I just have to tell everyone I'm in a bad mood right now. And then we all like were being silly and we ate food and you were fine.
Yeah. Then I did the stairs.
Yeah.
So
it was okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a little tense there. I was like,
when you freak out, it's really funny.
You haven't seen me freak out.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I feel like I don't know. I wonder if there's ever going to be a situation where we're both.
The two of you Hulk out together?
If we Hulk out on each other at the same
time. Hulk versus Hulkbuster, like it's right here in this room, man.
I don't know.
Which one would win? Down. You guys would take out a whole building.
Well, you were afraid of me, so I don't know. But I don't know. The idea of you hulking out kind of scared me.
I wasn't scared of you physically.
Why were you scared of me?
You were like my cool older brother's friends, and I didn't think you liked me, and I wanted everyone to like me. And
why did you think I liked you?
I don't know.
I mean, I might not have liked you when you were.
Okay,
no, I liked. It's not that I didn't like. Well, like I met you when you. Okay, cool. When I met. Okay, to be fair, when I've known you since you were 8 years old.
Right.
And like when I first met you, you were just Phil's little 8-year-old brother with like his. How old was Karen? Like 10?
So I'd say something and Brenda
was younger.
Oh,
Karen,
whatever. And then you just keep going. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, but now you know, Brendan just like doesn't. You talk a lot. We talk a lot.
All I have to say, I wasn't like scared of you.
Okay.
I was intimidated.
That makes me feel better.
Intimidated. That's probably a better word.
Yeah.
But also, I was like the noisy, obnoxious.
That's what I mean. Like, I think it's because you didn't like stop time. Like, oh, hi, little cute Matthew. You just do your thing, no matter what the setting.
I mean, but there was like a specific day where Phil like sat me down and like explained you to me.
Well, what?
Not just
when was this?
Not just Brendan, but like Steve Neal. He was terrified to see Matt. All of my friends.
I had moments with Steve.
I thought Josh was like evil. I thought he hated me.
Yeah,
Josh is evil.
All of my friends. Yeah, yeah. Because he was like, "Why is Josh so mean?" I'm like, "He's not. He's not taking him seriously, right? Like that's not." He's not really like that angry at me.
Is it weird that you had to like? Does that make? I don't know. That makes me feel like am I doing things Like the fact that you have to like explain all of us to your brother.
Either that or just that it shows the kind of that all of the friends I've ever picked are people that Matthew is scared of.
No, it's just that I was a sheltered kid that had everybody like, take care of him.
Yeah. And we're like,
I never didn't like you, but for a while you were just this little kid that was around.
You already said it. Can't take it back.
But Steve Neal, you were always afraid of him. Now I was afraid of Steve Neal's dad, though. To be fair,
Steve's dad is terrifying.
Was Steve Neal the one that was playing the?
Whose monkey am I now?
Yeah,
whose monkey am I now?
Yeah,
we talked about that on the show before, but
the first friend, I stormed out on Steve a couple times from
you
like
guys were
just
roommates, so what?
There was totally
like a house sound.
I thought it was like a cat going through a cat door, but you don't have a cat or a cat.
It was just
door.
a chair.
I don't know.
I mean, whatever.
There's a house sound.
There's a cricket over there.
It's a cricket.
It was a big cricket.
What do you think? It's a poltergeist?
Yeah. Yep, you're haunted.
Where's the little clown doll?
Shut the hell up right now.
You saw that preview.
No, I don't want to watch. I did.
Watch that preview.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I hated it. I just hate that they're emphasizing the clown, and like in the original, that's like 1 minute of the movie, and now it's like they're
centered. I want to
centering.
be in the theater when you watch that.
I'm not watching that in the theater. You freaking.
You wouldn't see Poltergeist?
No, heck no, no, absolutely not.
Do you ever see scary movies in the theater?
No,
I thought you do sometimes.
I used to, and
Not
I
anymore.
just don't anymore. I stopped. I'll go with like a bunch of people, maybe.
So if like Matt and me and Janelle all went, would you see Poltergeist with us?
No, here's the thing. You're dragging me along unwillingly to scary movies.
If we all go, well, I think
Why?
I got broken at some point in college where like, everything is Jonathan's fault.
Well,
it's all Jonathan's
terrified
fault.
us all. But there's something within me that I really like showing people that I know are going to be scared of scary movies. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's
like when you made me watch The Grudge.
Yeah, but I done it to you. I made David watch The Ring.
Well, okay, and then I'm peeing in your bathroom and you like reach through your creepy two-way cabinet.
Oh my gosh!
We watched this like what was it like Paranormal?
If you had done that to me, I would have punched you in the face.
Open both into the
I know.
I'm explaining for people that don't know. And so you can reach through from the hallway and open the thing up. And so Matthew was like in there. He had his back to the thing while I was washing his hands, and I slowly like creeped it open and was just watching him through the thing.
And he thinks he's funny.
And he's like, ah, ah, ah. I can't help it sometimes.
Did I tell you? I'm sure you heard like the most anybody's ever scared me in my entire life, and it's not Jonathan.
Okay.
It was Mike.
What did he do?
I told you the Mike scaring me story?
Sounds like a good one.
We need to have Mike on the show because I still want to talk to him about this.
Okay.
I want to hear what people think about this story.
Okay.
Just talking about it kind of freaks me out.
Wow.
Don't worry, we'll leave you alone when we leave.
Okay. Mike claims that this is a true story. I still don't know if he still insists this is a true story.
I told you. There's someone tapping on your window.
No. It's a house sound.
There's a thing over there.
What? What are you talking about?
Matthew's going to investigate.
There's nothing over there.
I think I'm really scared. I don't remember the blinds closed. I think someone's tapping on the window. Like
who? There's nobody back there.
Be quiet type of thing.
They wouldn't do it.
There's something. Oh my gosh! If there is someone tapping, we're all going to run screaming.
If there's someone tapping at my window, I'm never going to be able to sleep here again.
Matthew's.
There's nothing there.
Out the window. What if someone popped?
There's a wall. There is a wall. You can't get back there.
What if someone did? What if someone popped their face in the window right now?
Everybody chill out.
That, then?
I don't know. There's house sounds though. Phil's heard them.
Yeah, but that was a different one. The other house sound comes from up there.
They come from all over the place. Everybody chill out. I'm about to tell a really freaky story.
Oh, freaky already. All right.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I am still half convinced that Mike tells this that tells this as part, just he did it to set up the story. And now that it's happened, he can't go back and say that it wasn't real.
Okay.
But I have grilled Mike years later and he still insisted true. So I don't know. I don't know if this story is true or not.
Okay.
So Mike lived in an old house in Florida. It's old.
All right.
He claims, this is Mike's claim. So Mike, and so imagine I'm in high school. I think I was a junior.
Okay.
Mike tells us this story. Mike still insists that this story is true. Mike is home alone. He's waiting for his girlfriend to come pick him up. He's in an old 2-story house. From the back, he's sitting there. He's turned off the lights. His girlfriend is about to come pick him up. He then hears a sound from the back of the house. And it is a laughing sound. It goes, it's somebody going, and it's seriously, okay, I can do it. But me doing it will freak me out.
Okay, do it.
Oh, God. Because just thinking about it is scary.
Do it.
So Mike's in his house. And from the back of his house, he hears this. What
if we heard that in your kitchen right now?
I would probably knock all of you over running for that door. So he hears that, and on the last laugh, his girlfriend's car lights flood the window, and he just leaves the house.
Did he live there still after that?
Yeah. So he swears there's no one there, nobody in the house. And okay, I just ran to the bathroom, please didn't flush, ran to my room and shut the door. Quinn's freaking out. Okay, so I will okay, so let me tell you also, Mike is a spiritual person.
Okay.
So if Mike is telling the truth, which he insists that he is, he thinks that it was a demon.
Okay.
The idea of that to me is just completely insane, and also I don't know, like, okay, so he did that. So he tells us that story. So now that story is in my head, right?
Okay.
So we are at a camp in Julian, and you know where Julian's in the middle of freaking nowhere, and we're in the camp in the middle of nowhere in Julian, and this is how evil Mike is. He's so evil. Like, just thinking about it, I'm like, why would anybody do this to anybody? But that's so I'm freaking terrified. Because just the idea of that happening, I'm like, that's gonna happen to me now, and like, just like, because like it's just so messed up. And so we're getting ready to go to bed, and like Mike's like, I don't think, because I'm like, what do you think it was? And I'm asking him all these questions. He's like, oh, and then he's like, it's okay. He's like, you're fine. It's gonna be. Don't be scared. Like, don't. And I'm freaking out. And he's like, no, it's okay. He's like, but he never said I made it up. He's like, it's true, but I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. And then I feel like, I don't know, I'm trying to go think in Mike's head what the heck he was. But
it's just the fridge.
Oh my God.
Gosh, the fridge just came on. Like,
so okay, so then I'm on the top bunk, Mike's on the bottom bunk.
Okay.
Mike's like, all right, good night. And I'm facing the wall. So I just hear Mike go, all right, good night. And then he gets in his sleeping bag. And I hear like Mike getting his sleeping bag. 5 minutes of silence. And then right by my ear.
Oh, gosh.
I scream at the top of my lungs. And I jump out of the bed, and Mike. So here's what Mike did that I did not know, because I was facing the other way. He ruffled his sleeping bag and stood there until he knew I was completely let go of everything. So he didn't do it right away. He waited.
He waited to make
that
it
is
worse.
Messed up, right?
Oh my gosh!
But he still swears that story is true.
Well, of course he has to hold to that.
I don't know though. He's not. He wouldn't lie. But the way he does it, when
Dude,
next time you see him, oh
have him
dude,
do the laugh. What?
Well, I don't know. It's scary stuff.
but the thing that freaks me out is that according to and like Mike, like but he's not the kind of person like
They would just make it up.
no.
I don't know what it is about because I've told my story about camp. The window. I still sleep with the window.
That's how I scare. That's the one time I've ever scared you.
I can't have a window open at night. I'm terrified of someone's face being in that window.
Was there one?
Well, I'll tell briefly. I've told it on the show before, but it was at camp. It was actually not even when I was attending. Mom was working as the camp nurse, but they were in like the big meeting and they told this big story about how the founder of the camp, like back in the 1800s, had died and was murdered. It was mysterious circumstances, and his ghost still roamed around. And he had like frozen to death, so his like
His
pale
face was
blue frozen face was ghost blah, blah. And like as they're telling this, they have one of the counselors with their face painted blue, wearing like an old miner's outfit, like just comes up and just stands at the window and is just like staring at everyone.
Like,
And like
so
I
you
freaked
looked
out,
over
and like they actually had one kid that like had a panic attack, and mom had to take him to like the ER that night.
Holy
he like
crap.
completely lost it. But even for me, like I just had nightmares of it.
Well, I remember in 6th grade camp they told us horrific ghost stories.
It's the
And
worst.
it's like, why would you do that?
To this day,
I'm never a counselor.
No, I cannot sleep with when windows are open at night. I freak. Like,
Wind
I
open,
can't.
like not covered.
Yeah, like it has to be covered, not just closed, but like I can't be able to see outside of the window, or else I will freak out.
See, my recurring nightmare as a kid though is those hotel curtains. I dreamt that a blackout curtain turned into a witch. So I have a like going.
You're scared of curtains.
Going into hotel
Curtain
rooms like.
Which
Gives me the
curtains?
heebie-jeebies from blackout curtains. So
And blackout curtains are a parent's best friend. If you want your kids to sleep in the morning, you keep those blackout curtains.
I feel like we're scaring everybody.
I don't know.
I'm
Quinn had to
scared.
like run to the bathroom and not flush because he was so freaked out. So,
Hmm.
Ugh.
We gotta talk to Mike because I
I
still.
want to hear the story.
I- well, yeah, I still don't know. I don't know what I think because like Mike is not a like. What are you doing over there? Mike is not somebody like he doesn't BS about that stuff.
If I was Mike, I would be more scared about you punching because when you get freaked out, arms start flying.
Well,
fists
Well, Mike is a wrestler, so he could have taken me down if I was really freaking out. But yeah, but the fact that he did, and then 2 years later, he got me again because then we were talking about it, and it was a situation where he was on the couch and I was behind the couch, and he waited for me to fall asleep, and he just leaned over and did it. So he's gotten me twice on that. So I don't know. But I still think about that, like, because if that happened to me, I would never be able to sleep again, like ever. Let alone, like,
not in that
like
place.
not. But I don't even know if I would be able to sleep.
No, that's horrible. I mean, it's freaky enough, and I know what happened. But like, if I really thought something really happened,
well, you didn't. I mean, you did live there for a while, but I lived in Angeles Oaks for a while by myself.
That house,
By
how did
yourself?
I would never be able to sleep in that house by myself ever. How did you do it?
Well, there were lots of nights where I'd wake up and hear like
Just all kinds of noises.
I'd go downstairs and look in the basement, and there would just be like 4 raccoons staring back at me. So like, I mean,
yeah, but that window, the window at that house,
tap
Matt lived
window.
at, the tap, it just was someone going outside your window all
Did
night
you ever
long.
figure out what that
No.
was?
well, it's a double pane window. I'm pretty sure like just the temperature change causes it to creak.
Yeah, but it didn't sound like that. It sounded like someone outside just in the middle of the night you'd wake up. And I remember Janelle and I were like hiding under the blanket, and she's like, "You have to see what it is." And I'm like, "I guess I'm the man. I guess I have to find out." And I like peek out. And I got a flashlight and I like go
Oh my
outside
God.
and I look under the window and it was snowy. And so I'm looking in the snow to see if there's like footprints.
What
There's
if you
no
had
footprints.
seen footprints?
Then I would have just, that's it. Let's go. We're
doubt.
leaving. We're out. No,
Well,
there's no like branches nearby. It's not like a tree tapping.
You tried to get me to sleep in the grudge room, and that
Oh
was
my
not
gosh.
happening.
And then I had like raccoons were on the porch once, and I went outside because I heard them, and I had like a black bear going through my trash can, and it's like oh, okay, go ahead and finish. I'll clean up later.
Yeah, because you have like animal scares, you have like creepy scares, plus you have random strangers off the highway.
Running up the road in the snow
at
night yelling.
Because
Call 911.
it was so isolated. Like that's what really would freak me out about it.
Well, and all my neighbors around me, like, we have a friend that's like related to the sheriff. Said, you know, like, just so you know, you shouldn't like cut through people's property because they do have like shotguns.
Oh yeah, you also have
you.
like the creepy old guy with a gun on the property.
So,
oh man,
I've had some really lonely, scary nights there.
Well, not to mention that Matthew had the like this air freshener thing that was on a timer.
Oh yeah,
remember? So like
that freaked me out.
I'm like reading a book and it's all silent, and all of a sudden,
well, because it's dead silent.
I know
that made me audibly yell.
You have to turn that thing off.
Like I remember,
it is not worth having an air freshener if it's going to be that scary.
We did just have piles of garbage everywhere.
Yeah, no excuses.
Kind of needed. You did kind of need an air freshener.
I did need an air freshener.
There was just garbage.
Yes, but it was terrifying.
I've gotten better. You should see my place now.
Good.
Yeah.
No poop rags.
That wasn't me. I told that story.
I know you told that on the show.
Yeah.
We had enough gross.
We don't need to go over poop.
All right. You said you wanted to mention the Kickstarter.
Oh, okay. So yes. One more update. I finished doing like the artwork, so I just got to put it out on Monday. Took me a long time to do it. I'm putting artwork in quotes right now. You can't see it, but I posted a little preview of it on Facebook. So if you saw that, it's it is what it is. I had quotations.
I think you did a good job for what you could,
cool.
What your capability. You see what it's like the Joker. Like you see what I have to work with.
Yes, that's right. So anyway, so that's all ready to go. So I was hoping to have it out earlier, but it took me a long time to write them all because I'm trying to like write it legibly so that people can actually see the track listing and stuff. So I gave Matthew his copy tonight.
Dude, I got it.
And
the artwork is amazing.
Well, he got the test copy too because I did his first and I messed up a couple times. So I used his as like the template and I fixed it from there. So
we listened through some of the old ringtones tonight too.
Yeah,
that was a blast.
They're all unique too. I mean, I have the basic stuff on there, but I'm not very consistent. So I've got mess ups and other things like that on there. So you never know what yours. They're all like a unique variant. They're going to be very valuable someday.
Yeah,
I'm sure. So keep an eye out for that. Also, since we have Quinn in here, you should keep me get in touch with me about doing our chat, our hangout. In fact, we can do it tonight if you want to.
No.
Okay, never mind. It is almost
tired. As in, like,
are you freaking nuts?
Oh yeah,
like,
Sunday night.
It's 2:46.
I didn't realize how late it was when I said that.
Freaking morning.
Well, anyway, we'll set it up sometime. And so we're just basically just about done, and we're gonna launch our next one, hopefully in a week or so, and get that going so that we can make some records and other stuff. So we'll keep an eye out for that.
Nice. All right, we got to blaze through this.
Blaze through this.
Blaze. So last Sunday, Derek and I were on the Blaze Now 2-0 podcast. It was amazing. It's not going to be out for a while because I think there's this week's episode is going to be their season 1 finale,
right?
And then they're doing like some other in between episodes in between the 2 seasons. And then ours is the last of the 4 in between season episodes. And it's me and Derek talking about the new 90210. We got him to watch 2 episodes. We had him watch the pilot, and then we had him, because the show took such a drastic change after the first season. We had him watch a season 3 episode, which was just cuckoo bananas. So they kind of got an idea of what the show really is about and why we love it so much. I still don't think we sold them on it, but it was a lot of fun, and I think we had a good time, and we could have talked forever, but we kept it in pretty good time. And then afterwards, we went with Lizzie and Kat to go to Randy Spelling was doing a book signing hosted by Tori Spelling, because Randy Spelling, her brother, is not famous enough, but he's a life coach. And he wrote this book about taking control of your life and whatnot.
Stuff like
And
that.
and so he, but it was at Book Soup in Beverly Hills, which is a really cool. I'd never been in there. I'd heard about it a lot because they do a lot of author signings there and stuff. And like, I think Jeff Garland even does like a book club there,
Really?
like an actual book
That's
club.
cool.
Like you can go and hang out with Jeff Garland and talk about books and stuff. But yeah, so it was in there, and we went with Lizzie and Kat, and Tori Spelling was very cool, and Randy Spelling was cool, and I was like, I kind of served as their photographer, but they met, we met Tori Spelling and met Randy Spelling, and it was very entertaining and had a good time while we were there. And I didn't see this happen because we were like waiting, we were being correct and waiting in the correct line, but a lot of people were trying to like kind of shove around, and like in the midst of all that, apparently Britney Spears came in through the back and was like talking to Tori Spelling, and I missed all of that because like there was a minute where people were just going crazy for a little bit, and we're like, what is going on? It turned out it was a Britney Spears appearance, but I missed out, totally missed out. And then after that, Derek and I went to the New Beverly with a friend, Ryan, who writes into the show once in a while, who tried to get us to watch American Dad.
Right.
But it's good hang time, and we'll talk about those movies in just 1 minute. But yeah,
cool.
Overall,
keep us posted
great.
When that thing goes up.
Yes, I will definitely do that. And other than that, just getting ready for that test. I'm not looking forward to it.
You got like another week.
This is my last week of school, but then I might take the test this week, but I might actually wait. But I know I should just do it. I don't know.
Well, if you're ready.
I'm not ready.
Maybe by Friday.
We'll see where I'm at Friday. I don't know. I'm so over school, though. This is where I'm so glad I didn't enroll in.
Senioritis.
This is where I'm so glad I didn't go ahead with grad school, because I'm already just
done.
Over it, man. Over it. All right.
And well, speaking of book clubs,
yeah,
it's time for Book Corner.
We got some books. Speaking of book club, I finished our first of the 2 book club books.
Yes.
We've got Princess Bride, finished it.
Yeah.
It was the first time I'd ever read the 30th anniversary edition. So it has the intro to the 30th anniversary edition plus the intro to the 25th anniversary edition, which I hadn't read that one either.
Oh, okay.
Because that was from 2003.
Right.
And
they need to do a 40th one now, right?
Yeah.
I don't think they did.
No, 35th.
When did it come out in? 73?
The book. Oh yeah, we're thinking about the book. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, because he wrote Buttercup's Baby in '98.
Yeah.
Which the edition that I read in '99, I guess the book that I borrowed wasn't a 25th anniversary one. It was older, so it didn't have any of that. So this stuff was all new to me.
Now there's an illustrated one.
And now that I have to read that. But so in the 30th, he talks about going to. We already talked about this. How he talks about going to the museum, the official museum in Florin, the Guildenstern Museum. Yeah. And again, like you talked about how you love going on Goodreads. Because there are people that just don't realize that everything he writes, none of it is true. Right. Like, especially the stuff about himself. Yeah. Like, because he writes these big, long intros, and like one of them, he does sound like kind of a scumbag.
Yeah, but he's writing about a wife who never had, a son he's never had.
Yeah. It's
great. It's and the book itself, I mean.
Oh my gosh. It's a work of pure genius. And I flew through that book.
Yeah, it's long, but you don't even think
about it. I know. Like, I blew through that thing in like 4 days.
Yeah.
Like 4 toilet. Like, I read it all in the toilet, and it's amazing. And
again, if you have, this is for Josh, because he's the only person I know that doesn't like the movie, but you got to read this book. You just have to give it a try.
The book is on a whole other level it's a whole different thing.
I love them both, but it's completely different.
Yeah. It's so funny.
It's so good.
But so like, so clever.
Yeah.
Like, William Goldman is a freaking genius.
That's why I've read just about everything he's ever written.
And then reading, as I said, it's kind of depressing having read As You Wish, which you have to read.
Yes.
where he talks about how like he's like, I've tried for the last 20 years to write Buttercup's Baby, and all I got was that one chapter. But it's a wonderful chapter,
Yep.
but it's also so frustrating because
I almost
it ends.
wonder, though.
But then I think that I think he wrote that chapter just to mess with people.
I think so.
Because
again,
if you read the regular edition of Princess Bride, it seems pretty clear that like nothing is ever going to happen after this.
Yeah.
So I think Buttercup's Baby, the whole thing is just to mess with people.
I think it is, and I think even in real life, that although he said, "Oh, I'm trying to I've always wanted to do this," he's just full of it. He's just messing with us. I think just like he always has.
He hasn't written a book, but I think he's just done.
Yeah, it's been a while.
He's pretty old.
He is,
but he's written some screenplays, and he's done. I think now he just does like script doctoring.
And that's got to be easy. That's just easy money. So I get it.
But
I love it.
The Buttercup's Baby chapter is nuts. It's completely insane, and including its own parentheticals and its own introduction, which is crazy town.
Yeah,
like it's amazing, and then it ends like on a complete cliffhanger, and you're right. He totally did it on purpose.
That's what I think. Who knows? But I think he's messing with us.
Yeah,
and it's great.
It's pretty amazing,
and I can't wait for you to read The Silent Gondoliers,
which I'm gonna have to borrow your copy because the library doesn't even have it.
Yeah,
but Amazon, I can get it on Amazon for $4, but I'd rather get it from you.
It's short. It's much shorter. Like you'll read it in a couple.
What
days.
is it about? How does it tie? Does it tie in at all?
Well, the way it ties in is it's supposedly another work of Guildenstern. I mean, of Morgenstern that he
But is there any like
other than that? Not like characters or anything. It's just him translating another.
But does he do the parentheticals and like all that stuff?
To a lesser degree, there's some of that stuff. It's much, much shorter. I mean, again, like you'll read it in an afternoon probably. So it's good though. It's a fun follow. The basic premise is it's the story of why the gondoliers don't sing anymore
in Venice.
Yeah,
sounds really interesting.
It is. It's fascinating. It's a fictional story, of course, so it's not actually what happens or anything. But it's a really good read. It's fun. It's quick. So
sounds cool. I'm excited. All right, and then I finished Darkwalker, which was this book that I had on my Kindle, and I'm not quite sure how I got it. I think I got it because it was free at some point. Actually, here's what I think. I think there was a Project Wonderful ad that said free ebook, and I'm like, okay,
might as well.
And it led me to this Amazon because I think he had it. Sometimes you can put stuff for free temporarily, and I think this was that. And he actually did a Project Wonderful campaign for it, and it worked for me.
So it's pretty good.
It's a good little horror book. It's about this. So basically, it's in this world. There's like all kinds of monsters, and then there's hunters, and then there's watchers.
Oh, that's right.
And this dude is a watcher, but then this creature tricks him into attacking it, and then as soon as he attacks it, he no longer is a watcher. He becomes basically the reverse watcher. Like things are like he becomes like a magnet for and he has to figure out how to not have that happen anymore. Meanwhile, trying to save the love of his life.
That's cool.
And he teams up with a hunter who up to that point he didn't know hunters were a thing. So it's pretty cool. It's a cool little horror story. You can definitely tell, like I wrote in my Goodreads review, like it's a little bit like it's not very deep.
Right.
And like it's a pretty clear, like, all right, here's this evil thing, we gotta go kill it. Like it's kind of pretty simple, but it's also very clearly establishing this world and these rules for a universe that hopefully there will be more books, but I've looked and he hasn't written any more in this universe, but he's written other books. His name's John Urbancic. Seems like a pretty cool writer. Seems like a cool guy. He's on Goodreads and stuff. Cool. So I'm hoping maybe he'll write another one. I'd be interested in it, but it's called Darkwalker. Check it out. I'm going through, like, I'm trying to read books that because I bought, like, I had to stop buying Humble book bundles because I just had tons and tons of books. But I'm on one. I don't know when I got this one, but it's from a Humble book bundle, and it's called the Sword and Sorcery Anthology. And Sword and Sorcery is a genre that was basically started by Robert E. Howard with like Conan.
Right.
And So it includes an early Conan story called like The Tower of the Elephant. I don't know if you're familiar with any Conan, but I've never read any of them. But now, like, I want to read more because this story was pretty nuts.
I think David read like all of them, right?
David.
Yeah.
So this story was cool, and then it kind of progresses like through Howard's contemporaries into like people that were influenced through the years. So it's an anthology of these sword and sorcery stories. It's just pretty cool.
That's cool.
So I read the first one, which is a Conan story, and then I'm on the second story.
Nice.
And it's pretty sweet. And then I'm going to read the Silent Gondoliers, and we'll see what else is going on.
Good.
I need a new toilet book, so that'll probably...
Silent Gondoliers is not the toilet book.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You're not allowed to read Phil's books on the toilets. I've heard this conversation before.
Except I have.
Yes. Matthew still hasn't finished Knight's Castle. That's where he's at.
You're like 4 years ago on our book club.
Yeah.
Those books are so good, though, and they're so short.
Those
I blazed through those.
Well, yeah, I'm in a new
what have you been
place now.
What have you been reading that you're so busy?
I just listened to read through the whole Giver series. The 4 books in the Giver. It's really good.
Like when I give you that book to read and you never did?
Whatever, you can't talk. How long did you have my copy of Watchmen before I just gave it to you?
Wow. Let's see. So I finished
Let me graduate.
Let me graduate.
I finished Ghost Who Went to School, which is great. And then I looked up some information about the author, and apparently she wrote a sequel to it, which I don't know if I want to track it down. I don't think it was that good of a book. It was.
So they went to school.
They went to school.
Did they graduate?
No, because it's elementary school. But he helps. What happens is the ghost goes in.
So are they're corporeal? They can like take form.
Yeah, because they can like carry stuff around, but they can like materialize at will. So at first he comes in, he's invisible, and like these, they see pencils floating around and stuff. And then like there's a kid who's like really dumb and he's bad at math, and so he's like the ghost is good at math, so he's helping the kid at math. And the teacher's like, well, okay, well, at least you can be here and help. And then the teacher sees like his writing, and the ghost is really bad at spelling. So they figure out that the ghost needs to come to school to learn how to spell, and then he can help the kid do math at the same time.
And at no point is anybody like, holy crap, there's a ghost.
Well, yeah, there's all kinds of like things because they materialize at different times. So like they're doing a sports demonstration from the PE group or the PE teacher, and they're all in the gym, and then the ghost, like a kid like who's like a fat kid who like is really bad at sports, and he tries to like go up to the horse, the pommel horse or whatever, and like jump over it, and the ghost, like kids are all laughing at him, making fun of him, so the ghost helps him do like a flip over it so he looks all awesome, and they're like, what's happening here?
It's like Blackbeard's ghost.
It is. It's a lot like that. It's that. And so there's another one where the ghost like climbs up to the top of the climbing rope, and he's like way at the top, like dancing in the bar, and everyone's like, oh, he's gonna die, and then he like disappears and reappears in the ground, and everyone's freaking out. And it was great. It was really good. So yeah, there's a good recommendation if you want to track that down. I haven't finished The Princess Bride for this read through, but it's great. If you guys want to read books along with us in our book club, you should go to the book club link at the top and join our Goodreads book club, and it's fun.
You won't be forced to read any Ghosts Go to School books.
No, that's an optional one. I only pick ones that are going to be super awesome. What Ghost Who Went to School is great.
I love your whole like subgenre of ghost, like Ghost in My Soup.
The Ghost, I would say this one is a better book than Ghost in My Soup.
Well, Ghost in My Soup sounded way more awesome.
It is. That one is weird though, because that one is a really weird mix of tone, where it would be like funny and goofy, and there's a ghost in my soup, and then it's like really dark, and he's trying to commit suicide and stuff.
Wait, what?
Well, yeah, well, the ghost, like, he wants to move on, and so he's like doing like ghost suicide to move on to the next world or something. I don't know. It was a weird, like, it got dark sometimes and it was wacky. Whereas this one is pretty much silly the whole time. So I have there's different types of kid ghost books. Matthew's rolling his eyes back here. What? It's silly. It's so silly that's a genre.
All the things you could read. Ghost kid books written for like 3rd and 4th graders. That's what you choose?
What?
And you're debating whether or not you should get
some of this supposed high art is boring as.
That's right. And in this one, I got to read because there's a subplot
where reading Faulkner here,
the
man.
Parents live at the house, like they're in their haunted house, and it's been owned by the bank for all these years, so it's been empty. But now there's a new banker who's trying to sell the house, and so they have to like thwart him whenever someone comes over.
The voice you're doing it with is, I'm making it sound cheesy and attractive. They try to sell the house. I don't know. You're ridiculous.
It's fun. Ghosts who went to school. When I am like at a bookstore or a yard sale and I see like a kid ghost book, I can't help it. I'm compelled to buy it.
Ugh.
What?
Don't look down.
Yeah.
Don't judge.
Yeah.
Judgy.
When you finish Knight's Castle, then you can talk about it.
I'm supposed to want to read a book after your recommendation.
No,
like that?
but there's a difference. I'm not actually recommending people to read this. I just like reading weird books like that. But The Princess Bride is a great book that everyone should read.
That is a really good book.
See?
All right, we already talked about Ukaipa Music and Arts Festival.
Yeah, very cool.
And
what else?
I got Overdrive because of you.
All right. We're going to have to I don't know how we're going to just glance through this, but maybe we can.
Okay, here I'm going to throw this out because it is super late and it's long. What if we just talk about the big one we saw together and we bank the other stuff for next time?
Oh my god!
Just do a long movie one next time in video games.
So this is it.
Well, I'm saying we could because we have to talk about the one we saw together.
All right, let's do this
because it's other.
I'm so tired right now.
Let's do that. Let's do it. We can bank it. That's fine. We'll do a catch-up one.
Well, we saw Avengers: Age of Ultron on Thursday, and it was incredible, and we were freaking out, and
it was great.
It was great. People are nuts.
I can't believe if you didn't like it, I don't understand, and I guess write in and tell us.
No, I don't want to hear. I don't care.
You don't want to know?
No,
it's great. It was a great movie. I mean, a lot of people liked it. I'm not saying, but it's frustrating when I see like it had a lower. I mean, some of the movies. We watched that movie Wild this week, which was terrible, and it has like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. And Avengers has like 70-something. And I'm telling you, there is no way someone had more fun watching Wild than they did.
But I don't think
Avengers.
people go to watch Wild to have fun. It's a serious drama.
Ugh, it was garbage.
But that's where now I'm starting to maybe I want to see Wild because I know how you feel about those kind of movies.
You watch it,
and I like those movies.
No, I kind of want you to watch it now and see because I don't think anyone would like it.
I don't know. I'm not a huge Reese Witherspoon fan.
But see, I do. I love Reese Witherspoon.
I like her in some things. Like Election, I absolutely love.
Great.
Well, what Phil told me
Pleasantville.
Yeah.
Is that the movie was more focused on like her personal.
But I knew that watching the trailer.
I like those type of movies.
But I wanted to see her go on the Pacific Crest Trail.
If you would watch the trailer, you would know that that's not what the movie.
Both I did watch.
Those struggling young adult teen stories where they're like dealing with life and abuse and like that's what people. I mean, they're not going to watch a backpacking movie. They're going to see somebody.
Well, I wanted to see her eat an astronaut ice cream and it be wacky hijinks. Not really.
And the ghost came out of the backpack.
And the ghost
in my backpack. I would read that in a heartbeat.
I'm gonna write it. Okay, go on.
I'm gonna fall asleep, you guys.
All right. Well, Avengers was amazing, and I sure
freaked out.
Already seen
there was a point where I just looked over at Phil and I was like,
"This is it. This is."
When they were in Wakanda, I was freaking out because I'm like,
Black Panther coming out?
How deep is this gonna go?
But Black Panther is gonna be in something coming up.
Black Panther is gonna be in Civil War.
Okay.
Spider-Man's gonna be in Civil War.
But that's just nuts. That I mean, I don't know. Just the fact that we're in a world where this is a thing. It looked incredible.
It's everything we dreamed of.
I mean, the effects were amazing.
This is stuff we only dreamed of when we were kids.
Yeah.
And the fact, I feel like we have gotten spoiled.
Yeah.
Because people forget what it was like.
If you can watch this and go,
just think about the world before X-Men. That's all. That's all you have to think about. And there was nothing. We had the cartoons. Movies. The only time we got anything close to that was in the cartoons.
Yeah.
And even then, it was still pretty cheese.
Right. I mean, nothing
X-Men. X-Men cartoon is pretty sweet.
There's some great stuff.
But that was as far as it went. The idea of a live action. One live action superhero movie, let alone a superhero team-up movie like Avengers, come on.
And then just the way that they're tying the universes together with the TV shows.
And like we were talking about that because like we knew the backstory on this because we saw Agent Carter. We knew this because we watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We knew this because we saw it in this movie. We saw this in Daredevil. We saw this like, and it all is like tying together, and like that's crazy. It's freaking nuts, and we're spoiled now. And that, but like whatever, it's fine. I mean,
also we were saying like, because Luke's a little young, obviously at 4 to probably handle full on, PG-13.
I want to be there the day when you're like,
But
these cartoons you've been watching and you love, like, guess what? They're real and you can watch it. Like, let's do it.
Spider-Man movies, Avengers, and by the time that we get to there, we're gonna have even more Captain America, Thor. I mean, it's just gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I loved it.
The other day we went to GameStop. We were killing time, and so I took Luke into GameStop and Janelle went into Target for a little bit. And we were looking around, like we were over at the, they have the figures, like the Amiibos, and they also have the Disney Infinity stuff. Mm-hmm. And he was going down the row, and he said, like, every superhero, like, there's Thor, there's Captain America, this is Iron Fist, this is Power Man. He, like, named every single one. Then he went over to the Nintendo ones, and was like, oh, that's Princess Peach, that's Toad, that's blah, blah. And he, like, named all of them. And the lady that worked there was just, like, looking, and she's like, how old is he? I'm like, oh, he's 4. She's like, he's amazing. Like, he knows everything. I'm like, yeah, it's my boy.
And the fact that he knows, and I just can't imagine what it's going to be like for him when you're like, these movies exist.
Yeah.
Like, I know he hears us talk about it, but I don't think he has any
idea. He knows some, because we have, like, on DVD, or he sees them. But
yeah, but, like, can you imagine what it's going to be like for him?
Great.
Especially as much as he, like, the fact, like, when he watches a Spider-Man
movie.
He's going to flip out.
Yep.
Gonna flip.
It's gonna be. I mean,
and like by the time he gets around, Spider-Man's gonna be in the MCU.
Yeah,
and like that's crazy.
I know
it's freaking nuts.
It's. I mean, I just remember how excited, because I've always loved Spider-Man. He's always been pretty much my favorite mainstream superhero.
Well, I remember. I mean, the original Sam Raimi Spider-Man. As much as people give that movie to me, like I remember because especially at the time, like yes, we had X-Men. But for me, that was where things started just getting like, holy crap. Like, and like you can read on BrendoMan.com, like I wrote about that movie extensively because I was just like, this is crazy.
The future is here.
Like, and that was like the beginning, and like,
and it just did such huge box office that we're like, we're gonna get more of these.
Yeah, it's happening. It finally happened. Because that was like my biggest worry is I'm like, it's going to tank, and then that's the end of this. Because like X-Men did well, so we knew like X-Men is the beginning of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, some people, you could say Blade, but really it's X-Men.
Yeah. Well, Blade kind of like got the ball rolling, and X-Men made it happen.
Because X-Men, they're like, oh, well, now we need and so it is pretty amazing that road. Well, then, and also the fact that I think it's crazy, like, that I remember when we saw Iron Man at like Downtown Disney or like at Edwards, probably the Edwards Long Beach.
Yeah, something like that.
I feel like that was our go-to theater.
Yeah,
and just being there and the annoyed look on Janelle's face, and we insisted on staying to the end of the credits. And then when as soon as when Nick Fury was there and he said Avengers Pro,
we're like,
we lost our minds, and Janelle's like, what? And we're just like, it's happening. And like now we're here all those years, and now people are complaining about it on the internet.
Well, the best thing is that just explaining it to her, and she's like, I don't care about this, right?
Like, we're like,
I'll watch the movies with you, but I don't want you to explain. I don't care.
She gets mad.
Yes.
Like, well, even today, she's like, how long do I have to hear about this?
Because we were talking about Avengers. I'd let you go see the movie. You have to keep talking about it.
Well, Phil does like.
What do you all think of Blade? Blade's I like the third one's.
I didn't see those sequels at all.
The 2 Guillermo del Toro Blade 2 is awesome. 3 is really stupid, but it does have Triple H in it, which is part of the reason why it's stupid.
Yeah.
But 2 is great. 2 is awesome because I feel like that's one of Guillermo del Toro does a great job.
He did that.
Yeah. 2 is awesome. And Blade's great, but it's very of its time.
Yeah.
Like There's
wonder how it
because the
would wa- I
beginning
haven't
with like the
watched it.
Vampire Club and like the Rob Zombie songs playing and all the blood comes spraying down the ceiling. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Wesley Snipes is pretty awesome. And
I have to be honest, like I don't even know if I've seen the first one all the way through.
yeah,
Like it was one of those things where we were watching it like in the dorm, and I kind of half watched it, you know, and it was fine. It's definitely not like the greatest superhero movie ever, but it was fine.
Yeah.
You know? So worth a watch.
it's worth a watch, especially to get to 2 because 2's great. And that's that.
Cool.
All right. Well, there's a ton of other stuff,
Well,
but
yeah, we'll hit
it's
those next
3:13 in the morning for those
Yeah.
at home that aren't aware that might be listening to this in their car on a nice sunny afternoon.
We got a late start with the whole.
I'm surprised you're awake, Matthew.
I've been rolling my head back and forth over that.
It's so. You
trying
look,
so
you
hard.
Look, you look so much like your dad right now. Like when your dad's really out of it.
Yeah.
Like it's really funny.
Oh my gosh, it's 5:13 in
Quinn time.
Quinn, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You don't have to get up for anything tomorrow.
today.
Now.
Jeez.
Oh, my screensaver keeps going on.
What's with the bubble smell?
I don't know.
Phil spent the entire time watching Daredevil explaining to me, now you know he's blind. And this is how he sees. See the fiery vision?
So you're
That's
done
why
with
he's-
Daredevil.
I finished.
Did you
it,
finish it?
No, just watching the like first 4 or 5.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah.
So good.
Holy crap.
That
I can't help it.
single shot fight scene though. Goosebumps the entire
That
time.
seems nuts, but
That's still one of my favorite fights, but there are some other amazing things too.
So
But that one, I mean,
Yeah, let's stop.
Daredevil's
Wrap
awesome.
Wrap it up, clock.
And yeah,
I graduated.
you graduated.
No.
You graduate. All right.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna.
That's good.
No, I hear you on the unemployment. That's gonna be me when school's over. I'm probably gonna have a couple weeks back on that train. And
Enjoy it for a little while.
yeah.
The non-schedule.
Oh, it's great. But as long as I know that there's an end point to that, like,
it's like vacation.
man, when I was unemployed for 9 months and I wasn't doing anything, that was where like things got really dark for a while.
Yeah.
That was where like when Curtis and I were on opposite schedules.
Yeah, and you
And-
like pass like ships in the
Yeah,
night.
because but then the thing that did happen, and I think that's why our TV broke, was because when because I got Elder Scrolls 4 and the one for Xbox 360 and I would play it from like 10 p.m. to like 4 in the morning and then Curtis would wake up and play it during the day and so it was on all the time. And so that's why one night in the middle of the night, that TV, that might be the scariest thing that's ever happened to me, when our TV exploded. And I seriously was like, and I was so scared that I woke Curtis up and he thought the house was on fire and he got so mad because I woke him up at like 3 in the morning. I'm like, Curtis, ah. He's like, what, ah. And like, I'm like, I think the TV blew up. And he's like, what?
You woke me up for this.
But then we were too scared to unplug it because we could smell. He was mad until he smelled the electrical smell,
the ozone smell.
And I'm like, what do we do? And he's like, so we jerry rig like this thing to like unplug it, and because I seriously like it blew, it scared it was so loud.
Then
And
shoved
so
it off the stairs.
can you imagine like me at like 2 in the morning and the
Yes.
TV is like boom.
I can imagine.
I freaked out. And then it became a TV stand for my other TVs. Is put the like regular size TV, which is now I think in your bedroom.
Yeah.
On top of that
Yeah.
TV.
The TV lives on.
It all comes around, man. All right.
Well, thanks everyone for listening.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to go to radiobrendo.com for all this stuff. Go to BenviewNetwork.com. they just put up the first episode. So we had the preview episode. Now we have the first episode of Pick Your Path.
Pick Your Path. That's right.
And it looks sweet. Definitely check that out. There's and then there's some other good stuff on there. BenviewNetwork.com. Go to BraxComics.com because Phil has that look on his face. You got a comic on Monday?
Yes.
Sure you do.
I have an Avengers one.
Oh
yeah.
Go to popboxmusic.com. Some CDs up there.
Yep. Good stuff there.
Go to we're at BrendoMan on Twitter. If you need to contact us, BrendoMan@gmail.com, or use the contact form, or on Tumblr, Facebook.
Send us your nostalgia detective cases.
We need a new nostalgia detective case.
Maybe we just solved them all.
Go to mattandDave.com.
DaveandMatt.com for all your gardening.
What's it, mattandDave.com?
Computers. Someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, thanks to Quinn for hanging out in the chat at 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's super fun.
It's crazy.
And yeah, it's cool.
Thanks for celebrating my.
Yeah, thanks to Matt for being on our show here tonight.
Yeah,
I gotta go wash my spoons now because Phil threw up on them.
It was mostly mucus.
So gross.
Did you at least rinse them off?
Yes, I rinsed it off.
Those are clean spoons, man.
They're not clean anymore.
This
is the first time I think Matt's made it all the way to the end of a show without sleeping, isn't it?
Well,
yeah.
This has been episode 166. Phil just puked. I like it. Even though that's our second title with the word puke in it.
Is it?
You think we're going to turn off listeners?
I don't know.
Jerry said she couldn't listen when I was describing myself.
I don't know. If you have listeners that have made it all the way through Poop Mountain and Return of Poop Mountain.
There were 3 Poop Mountains.
Well,
because me talking about puking, because Jerry said she couldn't even listen.
Well, Jerry, this might not be the show for you. Not that helps.
Don't say that to Jerry.
No, this episode.
This episode, you mean.
Okay.
Definitely don't go and listen to the YouTube thing, Jerry.
The YouTube thing, because you actually hear Phil gagging. And
then
if you can hear it, because then Phil goes into the kitchen and throw up.
On live.
It's all on live.
It's all
but you can hear the story that made Phil puke, and maybe it will make you puke.
So
I want to hear if someone
listens to it, and I want to hear a reaction. But Jerry probably shouldn't.
It's about poop.
Oh gosh, don't even start it again.
It's about pooping.
Ugh.
Poop made you puke.
All right, stop it.
Does puke make you puke?
In real life, it does.
Talking about puke doesn't make you puke, but talking about poop.
I bet I can make puke.
Nope. Episode 166.
Oh, Quinn just added the puking is horrible. It's just about me getting food poisoning and throwing up all over my bedroom floor.
Yeah, that's all.
That was a good episode.
Oh my gosh. That was the worst. Just the waking up in the morning, and that's the first thing is I'm like, I have to puke horribly.
Oh my gosh. You couldn't even get out of bed.
Just know I'm not bringing the sleeping bag over and sleeping by Brendo's bed.
Hey, I scrubbed the crap out of that floor.
Yeah, what if that happens again?
I got all kinds of.
And then Matthew's sleeping right there on the floor.
I'll make sure. That's how bad I was sick. I couldn't even. Normally,
that doesn't make me feel any better if my sleeping bag's down there.
Well, I wouldn't make you sleep right next to me. You'd sleep out here.
Oh, okay, good.
Why would I make you sleep in the tiny area right next to my bed? Why would I do that? I'd be a horrible host.
Well, what if there's a huge party and that's the only room?
What if there were house sounds out here and I was scared?
Yeah,
that could happen.
Sleeping tonight. This is great because we talked about barf, but we also talked about scary.
I was legitimately scared for a while there.
Yeah, that's good.
No joke.
Quinn had to run out of the room.
Well, no, he went to the bathroom and he wanted to hear me.
He didn't want to miss it. Oh, I think he was just so freaked out he had to run out and.
No.
Well, he had to close the door. He said.
Okay.
No open doors. I agree with that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so tired right now.
All right.
I was mildly freaked.
Mildly freaked. Okay, that's good. Well, we don't want to super terrify you. Just mildly freak you out.
If you want to listen to scary stuff, you should listen to Midnight Marinara on the Benview Network. It's pretty good.
Scary.
It's a little scary.
Brendo's window.
No, I won't do it.
Oh my gosh. All right. thank you very much for listening. And Matthew, any last words?
I don't know.
Thank you for joining us,
Words.
Matthew.
Thanks for having me. It
I
was
don't
a lot
know.
of fun.
He just said, I don't know words.
I don't know words.
I don't know words.
All right. Well, for Radio BrendoMan, I'm Brendan Creasy.
And I'm Phil Vecchio.
Have a good one, everybody. Thank you for just ruining the closing of my.
I waited a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you could snip it there.
See? There's
Yeah.
plenty.
Plenty of room to snip. Oh my gosh, you guys. We've been up later.
So tired. We have been, but it is very late.
Remember the 4-hour episode?
Yeah. I know this actually is only a 2-hour episode, but we just didn't get started till very late.
Well, because I was.
Well, we kind of did a lot of YouTube stuff.
Well, and we went and saw Berlin and
That's
Flock of Seagulls.
And then you had to poop. And then you threw up.
ugh.
Well, that wasn't my fault.
But you pooping for an hour was.
An hour.
It was one of your shorter poops.
It was. I went. I consciously made a decision to go faster.
You should consciously do that more.
All right.
My body.
Thanks, Quinn. We'll talk to you later, man. Thank you for
Yeah, thanks for
joining
hanging
us. Have a good night. Sleep well.
And thanks YouTube. Don't forget to YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube.
Uh,
Thank you. Stop it.